Washi gonna find Bolu, but does get hit marked by Jez. All tied up, 1-1. Theo is going to get taken down by Jazz. You can now see Jazz pushing up towards the B flag. We'll rock that 35 round. See that we have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Theo. Sure enough, with the push from the backside, finds Jazz.
Licença, Tocinha! Botão no cofrinho do Limpis! Pra cima do Delzinho! Double do craque! Faz clique aí, meu chat! Você tá no YouTube, faz o clipe da jogada!
Tomara tá. Um som, morto.
Vou cravar cima, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem um. Vai ter mais um.
Aí tem que botar essa.
Pode saber agora, calma,
Nossa!
Hey, we've got two players left to deal with. FN 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god, we've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't happen. We're going to another round. The most at the moment finds another one. Just an absolute demon. Moving Quick in with the side of Nova. Dave is doing it.
People see, there is one A now.
Oh my! Chris, he's all one more. Where you at, homie? I know you're typical sniper in this area, but right now you're nice with an 80 with both. Lucky, get headshot. Cosmo, flip the smoke. Get it too, homie! We got a 1v1!
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
Extend was left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make this.
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artem, Misa coming through. What's that? Is that the kilo? Whoa! Artemisa, the Damascus kilo. Ooh, Kells finds one, is looking for two, but Artemisa. Yo, this girl kinda nuts with the kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been. Down herself on that Sparrow shot, but the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, Brick stop! Well, it was looking good for a minute there, Verdict, at the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in. I think you're right on the money. The arrow can push that up, finds two in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone you.
Welcome, my name is Diana, and as you may know or not know, I am your host for this season in Mobile Mayhem. We also have obviously Day and Verdict here as our casters. So, how are you guys? How was your day?
Well, I worked all day. We're working some more today, but you know, at least this work is fun, all right? I get to come here, I get to cast some COD Mobile, I get to spend some time with both you and Werdict, and unfortunately Robot, but you know, we got Miss Merc to neutralize that out, so I'm pretty excited about it. Pretty excited to be here.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think today's going to be a dub. We've got a lot of mix-up in the scene, and, you know, for me, I'd love to, you know, get into the action, but, man, what a weekend we've had. I had a great one. I mean, I know Deanna was nice enough to ask me about my holiday over the weekend, and like I say, I got pretty crispy. I really can't show on stream how burnt I got, but, bro, it is like... My palms are super white, and on the flip side, they are crispy red.
That is actually amazing.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to pop up on the stream. I was like, this dude's got to be tan as heck right now, right?
Oof.
Yeah, me too. I want to see you.
Looking good though, man. Looking good. Hope you had a good weekend.
We're here.
But guys,
Here.
we do have some news. Obviously, we have a couple of roster changes. We're gonna talk about it in a bit, but we have some big news. Mobile Mayhem is now also sponsored by Mobile Gaming Corp, MGC, and there's a comment in the chat, guys. If you want to get 10% off for every order, you can see it in the chat. And also, every broadcast has now a giveaway with 2 pairs of intro boxes. So if you are interested, don't forget to check, obviously, Verdict's treasure box right now, because he actually was very nice creating 2, and you actually gonna have a chance to win 1 pair of finger sleeves. And talking about rosters, there were like a couple of big changes last week, coming to this week. As now, Balance joined Animus. If you did not know, Balance joined Animus, and Slayer joined Nova, and also Very and General Gore joined Light. And to not forget, MONT was picked up by I2K Esports, so now they, I think, changed their name to I2K, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there were like a couple of news. I hope you guys did understand it, and I was not very fast because I was kind of scared. But yeah, it's kind of fast. I'm sorry.
No, you did great. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you need to hear it from Day to be solidified, but I 100% understood it. I was just captivated by, there goes the neighborhood. Balance leaves Light. Slayer leaves Light. What's going on over there? Balance joins Animus. Oh my God, a powerhouse. And then we've got Slayer. Was that an official pickup from what we saw on Thursday? Was that Slayer was subbing in at the time he was added to the roster, and obviously roster changes are counted in Mobile Mayhem. That's got to be something that, I mean, is huge too, right?
Well, I think something important to make note on the roster changes is players are only allowed to compete under 2 rosters throughout the season. So even if other teams have available roster switches, he's now locked in with a Light lineup as well as a Nova lineup. So same thing with Balance. Obviously going to be looking at the likes of Light and Animus. So they can't switch to any other teams. So I think that's important information to make note.
Alrighty.
Yeah. We do remember last week, if you guys did not saw the first day of Mobile Mayhem, you should go over Verdict's YouTube channel and check him out, obviously, because there is the VOD. Or if you are lucky enough and you are sub to his channel, you can actually check the video. But I actually want to listen the standings from last week, from day 1. So Verdict, would you be nice to actually show us the standing from last week?
Johnny on the spot with it. All right, we got it up right here. Nova, Animus, and EuroElite. They're going to be rounding out the top 3, all tied up at that first place spot. Atlanta, they get the reverse and get the 15 points. I think that was one of the ones that we didn't anticipate to be even close, and it was a banger, bro. They end up with those 15 points. Limitless are going to be capped at 5. I2K Light, Prometheus, AxiByte, and Cold Esports, they are all pointless. Not pointless in the fact that they can't compete. Just pointless in the fact that they've got a big fat goose egg right now, but 2 of those teams didn't get beat last week. So I think Light and I2K, aka MONT from what we remember. Now that pickup is huge, and you know, this is their chance to get on board.
Yeah, I am definitely very excited to see the games, and I'm excited to see the schedule so they can show us and talk about the schedule a little bit to be able to see which match is gonna be the highlight of the day or gonna be more exciting than the other ones, because I'm very curious.
All right, Dave just completely ignoring everybody. I love it.
Okay.
Maybe he ate his mic.
Trying to get it pulled up.
I'm sorry.
Obviously, you guys know I was running a couple minutes behind from work today, so I'm a couple minutes behind. But
look, is it a mobile Mayhem broadcast
patient.
unless Day is like throwing 100%?
Listen.
It's not.
Some call it throwing. Some call it doing everything under the sun for me to be able to cast Europe again. Okay. So I'm gonna take this as a dub, okay? Anyway, our first matchup of the night is gonna be I2K, that former MONT lineup. They're gonna be going up against Light for game 2. We're looking at AxiByte versus Nova. AxiByte, definitely a team that I think has some potential, but Nova, I mean, you know, they continue to be one of, if not the most consistent team in Europe. Match 3, we'll be looking at Atlanta versus Cold. These are two teams at the lower end of the spectrum, but we definitely have to give Atlanta some credit. They did come through with a incredibly difficult win on Tuesday. Now, granted, there was if I remember correctly, there was a DQ involved in one of the maps.
Correct.
But, I mean, Atlanta looked good the whole time, and they legitimately took a game off as well. So, definitely have high hopes for Atlanta to have a good performance here today. And for our fourth match of the night, the match that I would expect is probably going to be the closest, would be the Prometheus versus Animus matchup, which is going to come in at number 4.
Okay. That sounds awesome. I can't wait to see them, and I see that most of the teams, most of the players are actually already up. So I'm gonna go over the maps and the bans in the meantime. We do have the first game, Hardpoint on Raid. Right, as you guys know, it's not my favorite map. We have the second game, S&D on Fighting Range, and if we will have a third game, it's gonna be a Control on Standoff. Also, we have Purifier and Annihilator banned, and we have Hacienda and Takeoff banned. That's a good call. Takeoff banned, I don't like it. But yeah.
Love it. There we go. Well, we are here, ready for it. It is gonna be our first series of the night. Deanna, we're going to let you take a little bit of a breather, let you get back on tack for this next series, but we're going to take the ropes from here. It is going to be a brutal one for one of these teams, as Denominator and I are going to be on 1s and 2s for the castings. Johnny on the spot, baby. We're going to be 100 with it. This is, look, I mean, if you took a look at that schedule, you weren't pleased with it, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I don't know what else to say. That's 3 matchups tonight where we are absolutely going to be able to see Stage 4 qualifying teams compete in best of 3s. And Day, we start off with a banger. We're going to end with a banger. The highlight match you marked, Prometheus and Animus. Why? Because everybody wants to see Animus. Everybody wants to see that team compete. We didn't get to see a lot of them last season. We got to see a lot of them on that final day. But you'd be a fool to think that this team isn't one of the best in all of EU. So when we get to that point, you know, we'll appreciate it then. But what I'm looking at here, this Light roster, their Stage 4 caliber roster, had a little bit of a shakeup, and for Mobile Mayhem, they added an interesting pickup, right? Is that Yaya?
I do believe that is the case. So, you know, definitely a talent that we've been missing in the competitive scene, coming through here with his team now being Faint, Hez, Fear, and General Gore. And they're going up against, again, that I2K lineup, which is iLub, Sicardi, Russell, Nepals, and Daytel. So definitely a couple veterans to the competitive scene, and a couple newcomers alike that have proven to have some incredible potential.
All right, well, we'll see how that potential is capitalized on as we are going to be heading over to the lovely Hollywood Hills of California for game number 1. This raid map is an absolute delight. Unless you're one of my Rivertown buddies, and she absolutely can't stand it. Nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and jump into it. We're throwing shade left and right, baby. It is a fire of a startup. This is going to be a banger off the rip. I2K, the recent pickup of that MONT roster. We'll see if it pays off now, as we've got to scramble over to P1. Ringside is where the action's going to be at. Hez looking for the mid action. Veer, the recent pickup, also trying to make that transition. They're trying to get a little bit of laundry control. They've got the hill hopped, and oh, some free kills. Hez going to be able to pick up 2 in the feed for himself as well as Yaya. And right now, we've got a little bit of lopsidedness. And I2K, they have yet to put their foot on the hill.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is definitely a set of really solid rosters. I2K, formerly MONT, you know, we know they bring a lot of potential to the table. I think Daytel is a player that, no matter what level of competition you're at here from Mobile Mayhem, whether you're competing at the top of the top or if you're at the lower end of the spectrum trying to prove yourself, I think Daytel is a player that is well respected in his talents across the board, and that is going to be something totally on board for Light here. This is not a roster they can sleep on, otherwise I2K will come through and punish them for their mistakes.
All right, well, we'll see if mistakes are punished or if they're going to be taken for granted right here. It is going to be the first point, literally coming down to the wire. It's a 38-3 rotation, and scramble over to this P2 rotation. You can see it backside of the kitchen. It is certainly not safe. 1 player left standing from Light, but guess what? Oh my God, what was that? Faints? Taking down Razzle Daytel. What kind of animation was that? It looked like some kind of like leafy. You know, I'm not even gonna elaborate. 40 seconds left on the hill. The break finally comes through.
I think it's the Amoeba CBR.
Did they change the death animation? Because it looked pretty sick. Kind of looked like when you played old Pokemon and you get that razor leaf to hit, right? I mean, nobody remembers that, right?
I do, bud. You know I'm old, but you know who's not old and their eyes still work and the reaction time is fantastic? That's going to be the players in this lobby right now. And I2K, they're doing a great job of trying to keep this game close. We're only 9 points separating these two teams, with a couple points of trickle yet to come for I2K. Brings it down to 5. You can now see they have a difficult break to make going on over towards next. It's definitely doable, but, I mean, again, this is a pretty cracked lineup for Light, even with the recent changes to the roster. So, you know, they've got the pickup on Yaya, they've got Veer under the books, they've got General Gore, who I think is a very underrated sniper in the scene, so I definitely expect to see him have some big potential for the Search and Destroy, but the break does come through for I2K. Now they're starting to grab themselves some points, and we do see the Gravity Vortex starting to come a little bit more into play for a lot of teams now that it's got that buff, it's got some extra shots, and all that leads to is extra potential.
Yeah, extra potential indeed. Now the break comes through. It's actually pretty swift. Didn't anticipate that Light would give up this rotation right now. As you can see, about 10 seconds left on the hill. Faint's not really trying to test the waters of a contest. He's really just trying to get the setup to get this player who's picking up that scrap time for free. Now it's going to be a free kill for him. The rotation over. And guess what? It is going to be I2K picking up where they left off. P4, down we are. It is open for business, and where the hell is Light? Not a little bit, not a lot, nowhere in between. They are far from the hill. The rotation has just, I mean, I don't know. You get caught lacking on these transitions. Granted, this is a P4 where, I mean, anything can really realistically happen. But you lose a majority of that P3 setup where you had an ample opportunity to pick up a full 60, and you give up 40-plus points. And now the lead heavily in favor of I2K, and they are looking not quite like underdogs right now. They're kind of slaying out. As a matter of fact, I was taking a look at it. 13-13 for Sicardi, 16-12 for the player in Daytel, who we've been praising a lot lately. Break finally comes through. P4 is open for business. 20 seconds left on it. It is going to be like finally getting the break, but I mean, what expense? You give it up 40 points off of 2 big money hills. Right now, they're still well behind this I2K lineup.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things we were talking about is how the side of I2K, this is a roster that anybody is going to have to respect because of the talent they bring to the table, but as well, they have very, very coordinated rotations within the bunch. Light, obviously, they had some pickups on some really big players, but with it being such a recent change, you do have to figure there's going to be at least a degree of a synergy break, right? You know, you've got a bunch of new players that honestly have some pretty similar play styles and might be stepping on each other's toes a little bit, figuring out who's going to make what rotations, who's going to be playing more towards objectives, who's going to slay out. And that could be a big factor here today that Light have to overcome, because I certainly think this lineup is not necessarily weaker as far as talent goes.
True.
But they certainly are going to have some hurdles in the coming weeks to overcome, right? We're
Absolutely.
still a little ways out from stage 4. Not a ton, but a little ways out. And, you know, these are the kind of corrections that the only way you're going to get to see how this roster develops between now and then is by coming by on every Tuesday and Thursday to Verdict's channel and checking out them in the Mobile Mayhem competition to see how we think they're going to fare moving forward.
Well, we're not going to think. We're going to go ahead and do. We're going to go ahead and get bulking up for our first listen. And what better way to figure out what kind of, you know, energies in the VCs rather than just jumping in. So we're going to go ahead and jump in, see how the comms sound for Light, as we're going to give them a chance to sound off here in our first listen in.
Oh, yeah. Be careful those spurs.
You got a spur.
First blue van dead.
I stunned them.
Close your lumber.
Out
your lumber.
Logi stairs.
Jungle one
Yeah,
shot, jungle one shot.
tree. Let's go next, let's go next.
One more side, one tap dead. Drugs. I'm alone. City dead.
He's got a vortex in.
They're going next to City.
Yeah.
Vortex. Heaven.
Two pushing in.
I stun heaven.
There's one guy in heaven. They all tagged. Besides one guy in his heaven.
And, I stunned one heaven.
Thank you,
I'm in
nice.
the, oh my god. One more heaven. Vortex in hill.
Heaven. Two heaven.
Then,
Jungle.
His vortex.
Money. Coming to the last nerd.
All right, P2 setups. You heard the rotation. You heard the call out. Let's go ahead and set up for new. And guess what? We just didn't get a lot of that setup. And primarily, it's just due to the fact that they haven't even been able to make it in the kitchen. When you got Grav Vortex popping left and right, bro, it is so damn difficult to make something happen right here. It is going to be the last 30 seconds up for grabs. One player in each for the squads. And right now, it is going to be Yaya and Hez trying to get this last player dealt with. 19 seconds on the clock and day. Rotation's over to P3. Wasn't so successful for the early rotation. Will they be able to play the break game, though?
You know, I gotta say, the listening was fairly monotone. I mean, it was very
very
there was
bland.
good information, but if you want me to be blatantly honest here, I didn't feel the energy. I didn't feel that positive reinforcement. I didn't feel that drive that we expect out of a winning team, right? So that is something that I definitely think Light could afford to work on in the future, is maybe bringing a little bit more positive reinforcement to the team. You know, I don't necessarily want to say it didn't, you know, it felt like they were down, but it certainly didn't seem like they were very motivated either. And I hope that's something that you had a similar feel on.
No, I did. As a matter of fact, I didn't speak about the comms because I think one of the things that I mentioned was you heard the call out for the P2 rotation. Like, they wanted to set up early, and I mean, there was really no kind of movement on that. You had drone pop to get the info, but you know, it's kind of difficult to make that rotation when you've got Grav Vortex is literally all over the map. So, bland is one word I would use. You know, just
bland, not monotone.
Well, monotone. Yeah, you could say monotone too, because there's really, I mean, no bit of excitement. There's no bit of there's not a sense of urgency, right? You just hear, hey, we got to make the rotation over, and that was it. I mean, that I don't know if you need any more from that, but I mean, that I got enough off of that now. Right here, it is going to be a neck-and-neck game, 178 to 177. We've talked a little bit about the comms for Light. Now we're going to give a chance for MONT, or not MONT, but I2K to sound off. So we're going to go ahead and buckle up for our second listen. It's going to be a quick one. We'll see how the P4 rotation fares for I2K.
Given. Va por piscina,
Muerto, Given.
Ah, estoy escaneado en top.
Un tiro entre piscina.
Money.
Contra tu piscina.
Nah, ese vortex.
Top muerto. Una piscina. Que van a estar aquí con lo que sea, tirando.
No, roca. A la izquierda, escaleras.
Tiren trophy. Nada, muerto uno.
El siguiente, chicos, el siguiente. Muerto anterior.
Buenísima.
Hay una del siguiente ya. Ah, se golea, bro. Muerto el siguiente.
Nada, con el Vortex os lo matáis fácil, chavales.
Pilares uno. Muerto, buena.
Muerto Pilares.
All right, this is for all the marbles. Look at the graph. Vortex is the XS1 Goliath. It is immobilized and destroyed. A big brain playing here for the side of I2K, but guess what? You sacrifice all that resources to take out the bully in the group. And nonetheless, the break comes back through for Lights. Feints is literally like rubbing elbows with people. Why are people not shooting him? That is infuriating. Hello?
Sorry, I mean, this is a big break coming through for the side of Light. Never unmuted after I came out of the listed in. That is my fault. And now, Light, they're right back in this game. It's been a slow and hard-fought comeback, but with only 15 points to go, there's time on the board for them to get close, but I2K done a great job of denying time, getting a re-break of their own. Now it's a rotation over towards P1, and I will say that I think Light had a little bit better of a P1 last time around, and it kind of fell apart from there. So we'll have to see. They've got to make a big hold here. They need 15 seconds on the clock. They need to deny their opponents. 25 looks like Gravity Vortex. Gonna pick up Hez, Veer drops, Feints, gets taken down. It's only General Gore left on the hill. He's trying to hold it down for the team. The kills are coming through. He gets dropped, but the team is here. Can they clean it up? Oh my goodness, I2K so close to making the break, but it is gonna be Feints holding off. 3 seconds to go. Oh my goodness, this one's coming down to the wire.
Oh my god, bro, this is more than a wire is. If though, not Veery. Certainly Veery comes through with the clutch. Gonna be able to pick up that last little bit of time and day. Like I mentioned earlier, we have a banger to start off with. We got a banger to end off on. We've got everything in between that is just going to be absolutely crazy. I know we were mentioning sandwiches last week, but man, I don't know if the bread or the main substance, the peanut butter and jelly or the meat and cheese, whatever you prefer, I don't know what's going to be better. I think that this was a great way to start the night off. And with Feints dropping 41, I'm sure he is riling the troops up. I'm sure they're just about as monotone as they were earlier, though. And in all reality, they can't celebrate yet. They haven't gained victory. They got the first dub under the belt. This is the best of 3. You got to play for that search and destroy, too. 41 and 25 with a minute and 21 on the hill for Feints. Just an absolute demon. But again, when you're literally in P5 and you're rubbing elbows with 2 players and none of them are shooting at you, that is a freaking problem. I was going crazy looking at that. And to see it, I'm like, well, no wonder he's 41-25. Can't nobody shoot him, bro. I mean, nobody. Was he invisible? Like, does he have a broken skin? Is there something that I don't know that we should know? I'm just kind of scratching my head like clueless.
Well, we did have some good overall objective time coming through for the side of Light. You had 121 for Feints, 116 for Veer, 137 for Hez, 150 for General Gore, and 49 for Yaya. I will say the rotations were a little bit lackluster, though, and then when they did make a rotation, the angles that they were covering, again, this is kind of like the headbutting that I was talking about earlier, where you have a lot of players that have very similar playstyles. They ended up covering the same angles, which got them rotated on at pretty unoptimal times, so something that they can definitely tighten up in the weeks coming forward. But I2K, I mean, they put up a hell of a performance. I mean, specifically looking at the likes of Daytel, right? Came through with 42 and 33 on the board for kills. The rest of the team did struggle a little bit, but I mean, it realistically was not a huge blowout. It was a 19-point game with a sizable kill advantage for the side of Light. So again, if they tighten up the rotations, this Light roster, even with the changes, has some potential to look actually incredibly solid moving forward. But
yeah, I mean, again, is it a crutch?
Patience in the comms.
Yeah, is it a crutch though? Because this is a stage 4 qualifying team. They pick up Yaya, who is obviously eligible to play in Mobile Mayhem, but cannot pursue anything outside of that major related. So that is something that I will sit here and contemplate and talk about endlessly. I'm not saying it's a dead end. I'm just saying if you cannot fill the roster and compete with a team that can play at a larger stage, what is the point? I mean, obviously we're trying to get our, entertainment, and man, I freaking love that Yaya's back in Mobile Mayhem. I get that point of it. He's an OP player, an OG. I mean, every time he comes in chat, he's literally just going to give it to you how it is. He's not going to sugarcoat anything. He's going to tell you exactly what he thinks, and I think the competitive scene needs a little bit more of that. But at the same time, it's literally like you're getting all this practice for the next stage, and you're not even going to be able to utilize that practice because you're not going to be able to utilize all 5 players. So we'll see how it pans out now as we're going to go ahead and dive on into it. It is going to be that search and destroy on firing range that Deanna mentioned earlier. And Dave, if you had to pick right here, I2K came out the gate swinging. It was a hell of a fight. The rotations, though, they kind of got lackluster towards the end. The breaks for the side of Light were just absolutely on point. Will we be able to see that Game 3 control, or is it going to end here?
Well, I'm going to be on board with General Gore to start. Like I said at the beginning, I think he's a fairly underrated sniper in the scene. And, you can see he's holding a solid angle here, looking for any information through that little bit of a wooden wall there. There's cracks in between that you can see players moving. And he's going to hear a cell coming through with a first blood, is able to take down Hez. A return kill does take out Daytel, though, and I think that's a pretty sizable trade for the side of Light, right? Daytel has certainly been the shining star of this lineup, and now another kill does come through for Sicardi, taking down Feints, and now it's a 2-for-1 in favor of I2K.
It is indeed, and now they're knocking on that jungle door. They're wanting to get in. They're wanting to get this bomb plant down. They got the player advantage. Don't waste any time. Here comes the smoke. The push, the hit. They're not going to be able to find anything on the transition. The smoke is clearly going to be able to hold off 80 shots, but not going to be enough. It is going to be not very. It is certainly very in the shots, though, as we've got a 3v3. And what was a player advantage is no longer. Nepal's literally had that lined up. I don't know how he just didn't pull the trigger. I mean, Veery's literally not moving. He's flat-footed. Take the shot, homie. You know where he's at. Bomb's going to get hopped. It is going to get planted. Now that's going to push the clock up to 45. Nade! Oh! Pandemonium, Discord, Chaos, everything, all the above. Nonetheless, a little bit of a stall. I would have loved to see a little bit of a push out of that. Why am I looking at Veery and he's got, like, perfect lineup sights and not able to hit shots? Maybe it's because he's behind a little bit of, Oh, no, he's reconnecting. That's unfortunate. Only to get dropped almost instantly afterwards.
All right, well, Nepal's does come through this shot onto General Gore, making that rotation down. Yaya finds one, but gets rotated on by Sicardi, and that's going to be a round 1 coming through for I2K. Again, maybe a little bit of a rough position to be in. It looked like a doable round for the side of Light. Veer obviously got disconnected a little bit there. You were mentioning it looked like he's got the lineup, but just not pulling the trigger. Well, if you're not in the game, that is pretty difficult to do. But Feint's going to open up with first blood onto iLove. And Russell with a refrag onto Yaya. Hez coming through with that shotty.
Ooh.
Finds one. Pulls out the Deke.
Oh,
range.
my!
2, finds 3. Oh, my goodness.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little deagle action, baby. Make something shake. Sicardi, he's going to push out right in front of Wood and just gets absolutely obliterated. My man's didn't take one step out, and he was dropped. Very unfortunate. 1-for-1 rounds now as we see a little bit of momentum shifting back in favor of Light. They were able to pull off the dub from the Hardpoint. It was neck and neck. It came down to that P1 rotation, and sure enough, they're able to get the numbers on the hill. Very capitalized on that one for sure. Right now, it's going to be Veery. He's going to be the one-man wrecking crew here, holding off the push. It is a solid one indeed. They've gotten control over the backfiring range area, but lo and behold, the snake in the grass, nonetheless. That's 4 on board. He's trying to make it 5. He's going to get shut down to Tell. Finally able to do a little bit of damage control. And, well, after all that shots taken, it is going to be Gore last alive. And he is still sitting on that goose egg on me.
Well, I mean, that was a 33-second round. That was about as convincing as it could get for the side of I2K. So big performance there to answer back to what was a really big round of 4. I think it was, Hez last round found the 3-piece. And, looking to be another competitive matchup between these two teams. And again, I got to wonder, is there a degree of overlap in play styles going on for the side of Light right now that they need to work on, or what? Z pushing on up. Feints is able to find 1 to follow up the kill onto Daytel. Now looking at a 5 versus 3, make it a 5 versus 2, and oh my goodness. Ooh. Now I2K getting ripped apart. Nepal's going to come through with 2, but Hez with the R90 going to come through, cleans things up, ties us up 2-2.
Yeah, the Doof making its entrance right into the wood site. Certainly not a good sign for Nepal. He did have some decent flicks, but gets caught on the reload nonetheless. We have seen the pattern. It is the trend that continues on, 1 for 1, 1 for 1, and we are tied back up at 2. And here comes the payoff round. It is going to be a buckle up and saddle the ponies up. Gore finally getting on board, but he oversteps his boundary, going to get taken down. They're going to go aggressive yet again. Not as successful as they were on that B-side push a few rounds back. Nonetheless, the deed is done. Bomb is planted. 40 seconds on the clock. Now the retake. The 4v4. It is a 4v3. Yaya able to find 1. Now the push up. It is going to be Hez looking for some action in the trailer site. Sicardi right there on the opposite side of the table. He's going to be able to take down 1, but gets insta-thirsted. It is going to be Nepal's looking to take and clean out Hez. Feints. Going to get dropped. Hez is left in a 1v1. He's got 1 health. The push-up. Oh, baby. Just so nasty with it. Oh, the R9. Just disgusting from that range. And if you're a sniper, you got to get that call out. You've got to fall back. You got to create distance. You play a little bit better time. That might have been a round in favor of I2K. Nonetheless, Light prevail. They take the bag, and they break the pattern.
All right, well, big clutch up round for Hez. It's been a big season for him so far, and, well, we'll have to see what does come of this Light roster. Obviously, we were talking a little bit about the pickup on Yaya, not being qualified for Stage 4. That's not something that they can use moving forward, but Hez going to open up. That grenade was from...
From Narnia, bro. Look, it is backside of wood, like the 10 building shack. It has is literally under, the canopy over here at B. The freak, just nasty with it. And I think that's his 2nd or 3rd day we've seen for first blood from this. So if he's not doing it with the gunny, if he's not doing it with the deagle, if he's not doing it with the doof, man is multi-talented, pulling off the nade shots from across the map now. As we see a minute 15, the bomb's picked up. It is going to be Daytel making something happen on this back end. He's been able to take down Feints, and that's a demon you don't want in this matchup at all. Get him out as soon as possible. We're going to see if the payoff round can lead to another 3-3 lead. Or lead, not lead, but a tie. It's going to be Gore, though. He's trying to be the it factor. Certainly able to find his 2nd now. Is a little bit of a slow start for the man. We'll see if he can pick up the slack when we flip sides. 45 on the clock. Still 4 left standing for each. Make it 3 now as I'm looking at it. Oh, make it 2. Yaya, he's sealing shots too, and he stole that one too as well. Gore had it lined up, gets taken down. Hez knocking him out. He's going to pick up the CBR, and he's going to finish off the round. That is going to be a 4-2 lead in favor of Light as we flip sides. Will the momentum continue to be in their court, or will we see I2K pick up the slack and take us to that game 3? Day, what's the odds?
Well, looks like Light have been tightening up their rotations, switching sides here. They're now going to be on the offense, so we got to see them keep running through. And, one thing I got to say about this update, oh my goodness, this is Cardi and I love find a 2-for-1 trade. Yaya picking up 1. The presence of the R9 has been really solid in Europe, and, that's what we expect, right? There are more, or for a longer period of time, I should say, you've had players in Europe that specialize in the shotguns. Look at the likes of Grizz, right? I mean, he is always been known.
Damn shotgun.
Has always been known to bring out the shotgun, even when it wasn't consistently something he brought out. It was still something that here and there he brought to the table to bring out a degree of surprise to the opponent, right? Oh, nice shot out of Feint's gonna take down Nepal's. But yeah, the R9. So strong right now, especially on specific maps, that we even see players in North America starting to reach out to it, right? The likes of Solo, the likes of even Jez bringing it out. So you definitely expect Europe to have a little bit more favor with it, a little bit more expertise. And there are certainly players that come through and show that to be the case. Now Feints in a 1v2. He's on top of Daytel here. I think he sees love, but gets taken down.
Lost that round, but it's not over yet.
Yeah, well, EU has always been the one to set the trend as far as jumping, you know, metas quickly or trying different metas. I think the Peacekeeper is a little bit more abundant here as well. We don't see a lot of it in use in NA, and when we do, it's kind of lackluster. Nonetheless, CBR gets the job done for them, so it is going to be payoff round as we flip sides, and off the rip, it is going to be I2K slowly but steadily recovering from that deficit now. 4-3, 20 seconds into the round. The push up towards this bomb side is going to be Lub. Able to find one Sicardi, going to be able to tag team and find another. 2 for 1, make it 2 for 2. As we see Viri pick up his 6th. Not opting to snipe. Obviously, you got talents and feints, and Gordon, you can sit back and kind of do the rest with your own. Gunny right here, the CBR. Oh my, I mean, this guy might be just lagging above all lags. I mean, I don't know. What the hell are we watching right here? Nepal's going to be able to take him down, and I am in shambles. What the hell did I just see? Feints trying to hold his own. He's going to get pushed. Sicardi's going to pick up the last, and yet again, we are tied. We flip sides 2 rounds in a row, go in favor of I2K, and ladies and gentlemen, if you wanted to see that game 3, got to be rooting for I2K here. They have the momentum, they have flip sides, and they have flipped scripts, and Light just have not been able to be successful on the attack thus far.
Definitely been a difficult couple rounds for the side of Light. It's all tied up 4-4. You definitely could still see some potential. Nice little angle from Feints out of the back of spawn here, looking to cover the window in trailer, but it's iLub coming through with first blood, taking down Veer with a literal frag. Feints, there's no way you don't see Sicardi! Oh my goodness, the fact that Sicardi's alive right now is disgusting, but that's that angle I was talking about for Feints. Gets the hop up in the window. Where's the call-out? Why is Sicardi? Yeah, there.
Oh my God, Feints!
It did take him a second.
It did. Look. I mean, I don't know if that was a good play from Sicardi, if that was just brick after brick after brick of shots from Feints. My guy was whiffing. That kind of looked like Viri in that Triple Showdown feature. He did manage to take down one before he whiffed ultimately 3 shots back to back to back and just gets absolutely canned. We are looking 2 rounds away from that map point to take us to that game 3. I2K have taken the lead, and they have taken 3 rounds in a row off of it. We'll see if they can continue the heat now as pressure starting to be felt for Light. They need to perform, close the series out in 2. You've got the talent. Can you execute, though? Here comes the push. The trophy's finally down. And I'm talking about Naples. What the hell was that shot, bro? Sicardi, or not Sicardi, but Lub actually able to prevent that bomb plant from going down earlier. Probably saved them that round. 2 players have dropped. Make it 3. Nepal's just not forgiving. Those shots are disgusting. Feints of the ego chow. He's going to be able to find one. And again, when you're in a position where 4 players are surrounding you, it is just not going to happen. Yaya shooting away at his life. Sicardi again on the backstab. The body shots. Ooh, baby. We're going to a spicy round number 11. And this could decide if we get to see that game number 3 off the bat, or we're going to see the comeback here for Light.
Certainly looking doable here, and man, I gotta say, I2K have come through with an impressive performance, specifically in this search, but also, obviously, the Hardpoint was very, very close. They capitalized early on some big rotations. General Gore able to open up with 1 onto Paul's there. Does give them the 1-player advantage, but they have not been great at capitalizing on the offense, right? We saw them take 4 out of the 6 defensive rounds. Haven't found 1 so far on offense. They've given up 4 in a row to their opponent's Feints. Answers back with 1 onto Daytel. It's now a 5-3. This bomb plant, a little bit late to A. You can see that we've had players pushed up on the side of Light for quite a while now, and we haven't capitalized on a bomb plant. But General Gore going to take down Rossell. It's now a 2 versus 5. And if you drop this round, you didn't deserve to win it. In all honesty, Light, if you managed to drop this one,
yeah,
you probably deserve to lose the control.
You definitely deserve. Love is left on his own. He's sandbags, trying to make the rotation into 10. Nonetheless, he's got 4 hungry players. Yaya is going to be the one to be able to feast. And we're going to see that gap bridge slightly, granted, but not necessarily guaranteed in overtime. But 4 rounds in a row, the side of I2K were able to strike very quickly. They fall 1. Can they regain composure? Can they get the momentum back in their court? I'll go ahead and tell you, off the rip, the bomb wasn't picked up. These guys are out for blood. And Light, they are looking for any and every advantage they can get off the bat now. The bomb, again, not picked up. And And I don't know if this was like a miscommunication. I think we see Feint starting to circle back. Yaya's going to circle back. This might be a little bit of a miscue. That's probably what we were talking about, how, you know, when we were looking at the comms earlier, a newer team or players being added to a team can certainly kind of change, like, the momentum or the style of play, or maybe you just haven't gotten that chemistry. Well, something like that could be something, you know, we could pick up and touch on later on. But first blood off the bat, it's going to be Feints dropping. I2K, they are begging for a Game 3.
Yeah, and it's certainly looking doable that they might get it. We do have a 1-for-1 trade off the bat. Sicardi for Feints, but now Russell takes down General Gore as well. And man, are we going to get some overtime here out of Light, or is this going to be where I2K finally clutch things up to close out the series? Definitely looking good for them right now with the 2-life advantage, and it's not going to be easy. Obviously, Light, you know, even if there is some communication things, obviously watching that bomb be down for so long is not great on the communication. You know, we obviously don't have someone who's going to be your designated bomb carrier. And, you know, that's maybe not the most important thing in the world. Okay, you know, we'll give it that. But, you know, that is something that seems so obvious that even if you haven't decided who it's going to be yet, how are we not talking about that when the round starts? You know, so-and-so, grab the bomb. Let's see how we do this round.
Basic communication. I mean, that's, you know, something that you got to establish. Very able to find one, but Nepal seals the shot through the door frame. We've got a 1v1 with 37 seconds on the clock. To panic here. What was a 2v1? It's a 1v1, and Nepal's able to seal the deal. Cue the music. We're going to a Game 3. Plenty of time to make something happen, and a big recovery there to bounce back and deny that overtime. 7-5 win for I2K. We're heading over to standout for a control game day. Didn't think that this series had the potential to go to a Game 3. Well, guess what? I was right there on board with seeing this one out. You know, Light pick up some, you know, they lose a lot of talent, but they pick up some pretty hefty guns to make up for it. We'll see if it pays off. As they were able to find success in Game 1, they just get absolutely blown away in the Search of Troy. Granted, it was a 7-5. There was like several miscommunication cues that, I mean, you really start to, you know, go off on a tangent on and just highlight moment after moment. There's a lot to still be learned. Obviously, we haven't seen Yaya play in quite a while, so, you know, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But I2K, they put their money where their mouth is. They buy that game number 3 on the backs of big performances from Nepal's, that big 1v2 clutch. Sicardi picking up 11 as well. Lub with 10, 7 for Detel, and 5 for Russell. On the flip side of things, you've got 15 for Hez, man. When you've got a backstab, that just was on point almost absolutely every round. They were able to deny that game. That was a heavy carry for him.
Yeah, definitely a big carry coming through. Obviously, 15 kills. We were talking about the R90 performance, and, you know, he's certainly looking solid with it so far this season. He had 9 apiece for Yaya, 9 apiece, and Beer, 7 for Feints, and 4 for General Gore, and I was expecting this to be a bigger game for General Gore. I don't necessarily want to say the teams in the past that he's been on are bad by any means, but I felt like this lineup was going to be maybe a more consistent lineup for him, and, you know, I don't know yet. We'll have to see moving forward. Obviously, they were up against one of the best search players, in my opinion, that Europe has to offer, that being Nepal's. I mean, this dude is... I dare to go as far as to say he's almost as consistent as you know, some of the other top snipers in Europe, even though we haven't necessarily seen him at least in a while on some of the more consistent rosters, right? So I certainly think Nepal's is a talent that everybody in Europe has to value or measure as a threat, specifically for the search and destroy, right? So it's a big game for the side of oh man, I2K. I keep wanting to call them MONT.
Call them MONT, call them Lux, call them what you want. Just make sure you call them, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, game number 3. We are heading over to standoff for that control. Got to give a huge shout out to the shotgun god himself, D Hitman. I mean, if you're looking for some of the best videos on just god tier shotgunning abilities, my man is just unmatched. All right, if you haven't checked him out, go ahead and give him a follow. Make sure you Subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. Huge shout out to you for coming through with a raid, man. Absolutely appreciate it. We're getting geared up for it. He's also a good karaoke singer too, bro. I don't know if you guys checked out his stream, but his voice is that of a god. I don't know how else to explain it. All right, we'll explain this control though as we're getting geared up for it. I personally didn't think we were gonna get geared up for a game 3. I thought that with the talent that Light brought to the table, we'd be able to see a smooth 2-0, but to be honest with you, that Search and Destroy is pretty convincing. The Hardpoint was hella close too. I think it came down to that last P1, and it was a scramble. It was a toss-up. You know, only 15 points needed for Light. They were able to capitalize on those first 10, and then it was just all-out chaos. So if you didn't get a chance to catch it, make sure you go back and rewatch it on the VOD. If you're sub, if you're not a sub, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free. Drop a like on the video while you're there too, because I'm sure now that we're literally in a game 3 in the first series of the night, you're going to want to be able to catch up on more of the EU action as we progress. So stage 4 right around the corner. It is literally a month away for EU. Okay, who would have thought? We just got done wrapping up stage 3 and we're already getting geared up for stage 4. Is this what it feels like to be in Garena? Yeah,
they have events all the time, dude.
Right?
It seems like, you know, obviously I'm a big Bobby follower, right? You know,
True.
I watch Bobby and it's like, you know, he's up for all of the events everywhere, right?
He's a champ, bro.
Yeah, more power to him, but you know, it seems like every other week, dude, you know, he's like, yeah, by the way, you know, we're doing this tomorrow at 4 a.m. and I'm like, dude.
Ooh, yeah, bro, chill. Slow your roll, homie. Slow your roll. Oh, wait. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Corrected it. Perfect. We're heading over to control. It is going to be standoff now as 30 lives apiece. We start off, 1.5 minutes on the round. Clock is just absolutely brutal right here. I think that maybe a 2-minute timer would be better. I think that's what CDL uses. Obviously, they don't use a 5v5, and that might be the difference maker. They want this action done quickly. And off the bat, we've got a little bit of a life advantage, and it's in favor of the team on the defense. And nonetheless, this is one of those maps that we've talked about that I've seen personally where if the defense gets the momentum, it is almost impossible to stop the spawn trap.
Yeah, I mean, control. I know you missed it the other day, Verdict. You were on a trip with the family, but you know, I actually got to cast during the Dream Team finals. I casted with not only Zim, but Bolu also made an appearance.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, Bolu came through and casted.
Did he look at the camera?
Yeah, he turned his camera on and everything.
Did he look at it though? Because my guy never looks at the camera.
No, he did
no,
not.
Of course, yeah. Side peripheral, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But you know, we got to talk a lot, and I think one of the biggest points that I had made that you know, pretty much Zim and Bolu both agreed on was, I think control is a great mode for competitive. I think there are great maps for control, but I would go as far as to say is I don't think we have the best selection of control maps available for COD Mobile yet. Now that's something that obviously we get new maps for COD Mobile. I don't want to say regularly, but you know, we get new maps. A lot of them are going to be more just get into queue and play. They're not all necessarily competitive maps, right? But I certainly think in the future when we get more of those good control maps, people in the competitive scene or people that watch the competitive scene are going to be a little bit more on board with control being a good mode, right? We look at Slums, and while Slums is definitely a map that relies a lot on teamwork and has that degree of good for the competitive scene involved, it is not one that is great at, you know, being doable on the offense, right? Same thing with takeoff control. I don't know if you've seen much takeoff control, but it is a pretty miserable map as well for playing the offense. So.
Well, nonetheless, the rambling on, we have seen one round go in. It is going to be in favor of I2K to defend, stand strong. To tell, literally on a burner right now. He's sitting on 11. That's a third of the kills that were needed to close off the round, and we didn't even see that one come down to kills. It came down to not being able to clutch up and get the point capture right here. It is going to be Sicardi picking up the slack as the Dell looks for a little bit of perimeter control. Veery coming in. The defense is unpenetrable. As I say that, they do have a tick and a half for the side of I2K. The operators are starting to come abundant. It is the Grav Vortex. When the Annihilator and a Purifier are off the table, it's certainly a best option, if you ask me. Literally three shots where if you don't kill yourself, you're guaranteed at least 3 to 4 kills if you position it pristine-like.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. The Gravity Vortex is something that I said for a long time I was surprised we didn't see in the competitive scene. Or not to a big degree, and now it gets that extra shot. And I would go as far as to say maybe I was a little bit wrong in the past because of the susceptibility to trophy systems, right? I mean, that little device on the ground, pretty solid at eating black holes. Didn't make a lot of sense to me, but you know what, it did. And now that you've got that extra shot, it gives you a little bit more versatility into breaking a hill. Okay, you fired off the first shot and it got eaten. Okay, you've got 2 shots left to still work with, as opposed to that one shot was eaten before, and you're like, okay, now I've got to be careful. I gotta make sure I position this a little bit better. So I definitely think it was a well-needed buff coming through.
Very true.
And I think it's been picked up pretty quickly by the players as well as a result. So
yeah, we've seen plenty of
trying, dude.
Yo, I was just about to say, I mean, while you were off on a little bit of a tangent, my guy was cooking in the spawn sites, finally got dealt with, but Mans is sitting on 18, he's looking for more, he is not content, finally is dealt with properly. We've got a 4v5 scenario, and this is where you really need to slow things down. You should have already slowed things down. You have plenty of time to make something happen, and right now you're kind of falling victim to your own self. The success early on that A site does not correlate to the round being completely done. You can see it's coming down to the wire with 37 seconds on the clock. This is when you should have started to see a little bit more progress towards the point right here. 2v2 as Faints wins a massive gunny on the head glitch. Yaya picks up one for free. And quite a bit of disappointment for I2K. We'll see if they can queue off here on their next attack attempt. We're going to go ahead and queue up for our first listen, and it's going to be for the attacking team. We're going to see how Light handles the adversity of being on the unpopular side as we dive in for our first VC listen-in.
Fancy boxes.
Baby, let me see it.
Here's a flipping laser beam.
I think Top Gunny, I'm not sure, I didn't see.
Top Gunnis, one shot, Top Gunnis, one shot.
Boxes. I'm getting beamed.
That's for statue, that's for statue. Come. Broken, yeah.
He's one shot boxes, peeking boxes, he's one shot.
Caught dead.
Think he ran.
Watch my mid.
Top Grannies.
Oh, top market.
Fuck you. Top gun is still.
One back alley. He's pushing back alley.
Statue.
Your whole Grannies, I've got broken with Vortex.
Push broken.
I'm Grannies.
I've got broken.
Just cap.
Get my back alley, someone. Bottom Grannies.
I'm Grannies dead.
Nice. One more.
Vortex, broken. Watch out.
One statue.
Hey, help.
One Grannies, stop Grannies.
Statue dead.
Kill the drone.
Help him.
Caught dead.
One mid, tell it.
Alright, you can see it right here. We are literally tied 16-16 in kill count, and I think he dipped out. The comms, I mean, they're a little bit more lightning, or a little bit more lighter, or what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more enthusiasm, a little bit more energy. And you can see why. They've got the A site captured. They're looking for B, and they've already got a tick there. That was a great push to the box's site and get the call out. With a minute and 30 on the clock, I would love to see Light slow things down, play there to their advantage. Right now, the gunfights don't need to be absolutely on point. They just need to be better positioning.
Yeah, I mean, the reality here is that Light, they, get to play their offense, and if they win here, they could be in a really good spot. You can see a couple kills are coming through. One thing I will say about the comms is they were maybe a little bit lighter. They were a little more fun. There was a little bit more positivity in their voices, but ultimately, I gotta say, dude, Light still sound like they're not really working together as a team in the sense of there were some good calls, no confirms on kills or low.
Not a lot of follow-up information.
Rotations, yeah, not a lot of follow-up. It sounded more like a team that is stronger individually, coming through and killing their opponents, but not a lot of strategy. I mean, just relying on everybody to do what they've got to do. And for a team that is, going to be competing in Stage 4, I don't think those were super solid comms, honestly.
Well, super solid or not, they get the round win. They get the attack round win, and that's all that matters. Right here, I2K, they're on the chopping block. We're going to see how the comms sound for them, as we've talked about Light, and we've continued to talk about Light because of how relative it is to the information. Right here, they are playing for their lives. We're going to go ahead and queue up for our second lesson, and this time around it is going to be with none other than I2K.
Hay uno en barril, están pushando están pushando uno. Y uno arriba.
Uno más. Hay dos en gas, Napa. Deli, muerto. Entran dos hotel, por abajo.
Me mata uno, buenísimo.
Bueno. Roto.
No, roto.
¿Muerto?
Roto un tiro. Buena.
Muerto. Te tengo hotel arriba, Dieter. Te entran todos, Deli. Muerto.
Está un tiro.
Preocúpate de roto, te tengo hotel.
Estoy entrando a su spawn.
Roto. ¿Está tocado?
No, está uno roto, está fuera de rotos.
No, vale. uno granny, un tiro.
Tengo granny. Dos granny y una bala. ¿Lo tenéis,
Vayamos por tractor.
Fan.
La box. Como ellos.
Muerto uno. Un granny está tocadísimo, bro.
Roto. Está en jardín.
Dos estatuas. Jardín. Me matan. Dos estatuas.
Estatua luego.
Un tiro, estatua uno.
No, abajo tuyo, Sicardi, abajo tuyo.
Alright, Day, here we go. I2K, they do a great job of putting themselves in a profitable position, but right now they're kind of selling the bag. Look at it. They have not held their lives with preservation right now. They are literally neck and neck. They had a 5-kill advantage after that first initial cap on A. What is going on?
Well, we do have a couple kill lead right now for the side of Light. They could be looking to close things out here on the defense, and I think you're right. I think I2K didn't do a great job this round of playing their lives, but the listening, that's
solid.
More of what that's more what I expect a team that is here to win. I love picks up a big 2 with the gravity vortex there, brings things closer, but not exactly evening things out. Still a 2-life advantage, and General Gore now lining up with a gravity vortex of his own. And this can be a very powerful part of where you have the gravity vortex, right? He's angling out in this close corridor that you have to funnel into to completely cut off that rotation from enemies, and that's buying his team time to pick up kills, to make rotations, to do whatever they've got to do to pick up the win here. And with only 2 lives left to finish off, one is Hez able to finish off one there. It's only a matter of time. That last shot coming from General Gore. The opponents can't make a push in. Lub finds another on Tavir, but we've got to find 4 more. And, well, Daytail can't pick up the kill on Hez. And that's going to be the 3-1 victory coming through for the side of Light.
And that was just a orchestrated and constructed defending round. And I don't know if it was so much that or if it was so much more I2K just not learning from mistakes of round past. I mean, we saw them do great on their first attacking round, but again, not playing and preserving their life as well as they should, and put themselves in a position to be taken out of the objective. It came down to a TDM, and they just weren't in the position to capitalize. Right here, the 3-1 win for Light. The defense stands strong. Hold the door. Very right there on top for the MVP spot. He's got 5 objectives as well as a 29 and 28. And, oh no, that's the tail. I'm looking at the wrong side. 25 kills and 23 deaths with 4 objectives. A lot more objective focus here on the right-hand side of your screen. It paid off. A lot more contribution to the calls right here. You've got 21 and 13 for Lub. You've got 29 and 28. What the hell happened? I mean, just everything fell and they just couldn't handle the pressure. I don't know.
All right, well, apparently I'm taking L's in chat according to Gray. We had Raballo come in, one of the players from NYSLM in North America. Want to know who the best team in Europe is right now? And I went ahead and put out there Nova. Okay, I said Nova. They have been the most consistent. For everybody out there, saying Animus or Nova, Animus haven't had that level of consistency. Okay, I mean, we're gonna say some harsh things here and there. All right, and that's constructive criticism that players are just gonna have to deal with. All right. That's a reality. And
I mean, we're not talking about a Nova that came through and won stage 3, are we? A team that beat Animus twice in best of 5s, right?
Consistency is key.
Yeah, consistency is key. Well, consistent or not, they are competing, and they're definitely names that need to be mentioned when you're talking about top caliber teams. Names that I'll mention right now. Going back to the desk, it is going to be Deanna joining us. And I've got to say, Deanna, we have already started off on a solid best of 3 that went the distance. What are we in store for later on? Hello?
Deanna, you might want to...
You pulled a day. There. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
There we go. Hey, there's that beautiful voice.
I'm sorry. Hi. Either ways, I'm sorry. It was a very nice match for the first game. I was expecting to have 3 games. Okay, we did have a solid start for the Hardpoint. There, after that, the S&D was actually quite amazing. I did enjoy I2K fast rounds. They actually did a very good job. And then the control, I was leaning towards the I2K, but then I did remember that the first game, the Hardpoint was won by Light. Either ways, all 3 games were actually kind of close, beside the last one, the control, but either ways, it was a great matchup. Did you thought at the beginning that it's gonna be a 3-game, we will play the 3 games or not, guys? Verdict.
No, I thought Light were going to take the bag in 2, and I didn't anticipate that Hardpoint to be as close as it was. It came down to that P1 rotation on ring site where it was a gauntlet of kills just coming in and not being able to stay alive, and Light were able to put themselves in a better position to open up for that first round win. But again, the search and destroy was a different picture. I think a majority of the rounds we saw I2K come through with a lot of momentum and covering a lot of angles and making it very difficult for Light to find any success. The fact that they were able to pick up 5 rounds is still kind of baffling to me.
It was actually amazing. How about you, Day? Any prediction for the next game? We will actually have Exabyte versus Nova. Any predictions?
Yeah, I mean, AxiByte I think is a good upcoming roster. I think they have. I say upcoming like we haven't seen those players play before. But I think that it's a roster that has a lot of potential that we've seen develop over the course of weekends past, and I have high hopes for them for the future to come. But playing today against Nova, I honestly don't have a lot of high hopes for them. I think they can come through and show that they're a competitive lineup, but when it comes down to winning, I've got Nova in a flat out 2-0 in this one.
Fair take.
It did. Anyways, it was a great matchup. As I said at the beginning, I really did enjoy watching these 3 games. Besides the raid map, okay, we shall not enjoy that. Either ways, it's time for a break. So we're gonna hear a word from our sponsor, Code Mobile, and we're gonna gear up for the next matchup in a bit.
slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Hi guys, welcome back. Obviously it was a very great break. I did manage to get dinner because it's like 10 p.m. So I did manage to have some dinner, but we gear up for the second game. As I said before break, we do have Exabyte versus Nova, and we did hear this prediction. Now, as I said last week, right, Nova is a very good team, is the best and the most consistent team in EU, as you guys said earlier. So I'm actually very excited to see how Exabyte gonna play against them. But verdict, do you have anyone to throw under the bus this today or not?
Whoa. No, you kind of threw me for a curveball right there. I was too busy banning someone in chat. You really got me off guard. Look, Deanna got me there. Who do I have to throw under the bus? Okay, Slayer's not playing today. And we've got a core 5 for Nova. I think this is going to be a 2-0, and I don't think it's going to be even close.
Okay, sure. Okay, so no under the bus. Okay. Either way, we have some interesting maps for this matchup day. Would you mind if you read them and the bands?
For our map selection for this one, is that what you said?
Yes, yeah. Sorry.
Fantastic. We have for our map 1, our hardpoint, we've got Standoff, one of the best and most consistent maps for hardpoint. Something that's been around from basically the beginning of the COD mobile competitive scene. Game 2, we'll be looking at firing range on Search and Destroy. You know, right off the bat, we've got Deanna's 2 favorite maps. And then if we do get into Game 3, you know, this map definitely has its likes and dislikes, but we've got a control on Summit. I think this is the map that has the most potential for a offensive win in control, but certainly maybe is a little less on the strategic side and more of just a team deathmatch that happens to have an objective as well. And then we have bans on the Purifier and the Sparrow, and Hacienda and Takeoff for these two teams. So pretty solid map set, I would say overall. I'd maybe like to see something a little bit more consistent in the control spot. But this is what we got.
Okay, amazing. I can't wait to see all 3. I hope we're gonna get the 3rd game, but I'm not leading 2. But anyways, guys, from the chat, don't forget to check Verdict's treasure boxes, because as you know, there's a giveaway and you can actually win a pair of, well, actually 2 pairs of finger slips. So you can check them out right now. Okay, well, we are gearing up for the 2nd game. All the players are actually ready, so we're gonna start in a couple of seconds.
There we go. We are here for it. We're going to go back to the caster booth. Yeah, and it's such a lovely job. I think at some point we're going to replace Day and Verdict and just have Deanna up here, because I'm going to be honest with you, I just can't ever get that voice out of my head when we're casting. And, I'm sitting here thinking about banning someone in chat, and certainly she just hits me with the, who you got to throw under the bus this week? It's all fun and games until Verdict gets caught lacking and has to throw someone under the bus, and I just literally didn't have anybody to throw under the bus at the time. So we're here for it. Day, I think we've made our assumptions of this series. To see anything past a game 2 is a miracle, to say the least. And that's basically all that I have to say. I mean, we've seen a pretty solid AxiByte compete and qualify for stage 4, but we've also have the Slaughterhouse, which is known as Nova Esports, who are literally on top of their game right now. And even without the roster addition of Slayer being in the mix today, I think even if you do throw Slayer in the mix, the outcome would still be the same. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I would agree with you. And, I talked with Slayer a little bit after the broadcast last week. Obviously, I said something that a lot of people didn't fully agree with I think mostly like a KD standpoint. And Slayer had some bold claims. I mean, he thinks, this is just the start for him with Nova. And he's thinking that, there's a good chance that he may eventually start for this lineup. So I told him he's certainly got the talent, and, he needs to come through and prove it. So not going to see him here today, but I think you're absolutely right. He's an incredible talent in Europe. And I think, he's the sub on the roster. Even if we were playing with him here today, I would still be right on board with the 2-0 for the side of Nova. I don't know don't know that you necessarily threw anybody under the bus last week. Unless if it was me, or last Tuesday, rather. I feel like you might have thrown me under the bus.
I mean, you're going to have to rewatch VOD, bro, if you want to know all that. I mean, seriously, we thought we were going to jump into our first game of the matchup, and lo and behold, we're being sent back to the lobby. So, very unfortunate. Maybe somebody didn't have, everything they needed for the loadout. Maybe they had a banned item. I know you mentioned the best of 3. If anybody didn't get a chance to see it earlier, you ran through it. But just to kind of summarize and make it quick, we are going to be starting things off with a standoff followed by a firing range. Capping off that best 3 is going to be the Summit Control. Sparrow and Purifier, they're off the table. If we see anything of the sort, we'll just be in for a world of now as we're going to go ahead and jump right back into the mix. I see Melk actually using a Jack 12, and bro, I've seen him use pretty much everything but that, and I don't think it is allowed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that banned from competitive play? He did switch to the R9, but we haven't seen any Jack 12s nonetheless.
I don't remember. I'll have to look a little bit finer at the banned items list, but we are in the game now nonetheless. It's Nova. The little bit of a rough rotation over towards the P1, right? Obviously, competing with that shotgun in the close range is pretty difficult. In Melk, 5 kills on board, all objective kills, is full streaked out already. Not
full
running
streak,
any crazy big streaks, but I mean, Pred, Drone, and Hunter Killer, pretty solid. I mean, you got the Hunter Killer, a pretty low streak that you're expecting to cycle, try to pick up some free kills. Obviously, the Drone is one that I realistically think provides 100%. A little too much. So obviously it's strong right now. I think every player should run it since it's allowed, but
all right, well, it is going to be capitalization at the finest for Melk. He gets 6-5 in the combo. He picks up another on the transition, and right now they're sitting pretty for this P2 factory side push. They got the advantage, they got the numbers, they've got the hole. Hill's open for business, and lo and behold, Melk holding these infamous angles right here. You push through the front door, Neil, you are going to be denied. The Hunter Killer going to be able to find one in the transition, and now this is a 3-man push, only 2 left. Nova, they're on the outskirts looking in, they're begging for some action. They're going to get it. Is that Saturn's using the Cordite? Is it back in full effect? I don't think it is, but I love the enthusiasm. Somebody in chat probably could provide a little bit of intel. Right now, the break looking pretty solid for Nova. Wrong. It is going to be the retake. It is going to be all over the objective we see, and a very competitive P2 leads to a little bit of a hefty lead, and it's in favor of not Nova.
Yeah, I mean, you're bringing up the Cordite, and if you want me to be honest with you, I don't think that it's that the Cordite's good. I think that it might just be a little bit of a disrespect play out of the side of Nova, so we'll have to see if that's something they stick with, or if they do eventually switch off, if this ends up being a little bit too close for comfort to them. But, maybe Saturn's knows something we don't. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one, but,
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Yeah.
It certainly seems like a Nova-like move to,
No, I completely agree.
Is that fair?
Yeah, no, hey, look, we've seen this guy absolutely, oh my god. The power of the drone, the wall bangs, unmatched, uncanny. Neil going to be able to find a few. He pulls out the Mac 10, he's going to find a few more, and right now, there's going to be a scramble on the outside of the objective. P3 has been very fruitful to Nova. And AxiByte, they are right on the opposite side of the board, but Melk, my guy, is just, I mean, he is frying. Dude is 17 and 16, a giant amongst regulars. Is finally starting to get a little taste of his own medicine, is going to get taken down yet again. Now his transition to P4. There's going to be one player up top, Inferno providing the intel. We're going to see this one open up, and this is the biggest money map, or money hill on the map. And we're going to see if the bang for the buck is going to come through. It is going to look like a little bit of perimeter control coming through. Miz going to push out. Apollo looking for the shots. The drone is yet again up in the air. No, it's going to be dropped. That was a Hunter Killer nonetheless. It is going to be the push to the front door and the farm side. Where's the coverage? Where is the control? What is going on? AxiByte, things kind of fall into a crumble.
All right, well, again, Nova, we've deemed the most consistent team in Europe, and It was a little bit of a rocky start for them, but, you know, again, there's a, you know, maybe a degree of not taking their opponents seriously, as well as, obviously, Melk been popping off with the R9, so it's been a difficult team to compete with, and Nova, you know, they are coming through and showing that consistency off right now as they are bringing things back, only a couple points away from tying this game up, and, well, there's plenty of time for them to do it here on this P4, and it looks like they're going to do it pretty easily here. All tied up, couple seconds to go, and now it's a rotation over towards next. It's that P1 that was really big for Melk with the R9 in hand, so we'll have to see if he has a similar performance. Right now, the feed is actually heavily in favor of AxiByte, so got to give these guys absolute credit going toe-to-toe with Nova right now.
Yeah, toe-to-toe with the champs is a hard task to ask for. We're going to see if they can go toe-to-toe on the comms now, so we're going to go ahead and buckle up for listening. You've guessed it. Going to be none other than the team with the shotgunner that's doing the most right now. AxiByte, first listen in. Tune in.
One mid side.
Yeah, nice mark.
Thank you.
One top market, one top grannies,
Broken dead. One top facts.
Start looking next.
Start looking next.
top grannies, 1 HP.
I'm pushing bottom market now.
Two guys in. Yeah, we spawns, go for next. Come gas.
I'm playing my life farm.
I'll stay gone. I stay.
Yeah, okay, stay. I push from one top market.
Running.
One top grannies, one bottom grannies.
I'm playing my life farm. I'm waiting for you guys.
Broken one shot.
Farm side.
Top fact, one top fact dead.
I'm back right now.
I'm so broken.
Broken dead.
Nice.
Dead next. One more.
Two in.
Dead one.
Back alley dead. Top fact dead.
Straight this way.
All right, Dave, we're getting a little bit over the listen-ins. I got to say, the intel was absolutely on point. Calls were follow-up, everything information-wise. I love the fact that Miz waited in an instance where Miz is... I mean, he's literally in the blender right now. He is 6 and 19. Of course you've got to wait for help because, bro, you're not going to be able to push an objective all by yourself.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and we've now got a lead for the side of Nova. Melk, you know, before we jumped into the listen-in, he had 18 kills. You know, he was kind of frying early. He's just now up to 22. I mean, we were talking about this guy was... you know, 18 and 9 not long ago. He's now 22 and 16. Nova are turning up. Miz obviously struggling a bit behind, and you know, that's been a big factor. And you can look over at the side of Nova. You got pretty much everybody is, you know, neutral, with the exception of Spy, who's -5 right now, not too far behind, but very, very close game nonetheless, right? I mean, Nova, you know, we expected to win this. Coming through, they've brought the game back. They've got control over this P3 now, but you can see Melk. He's underneath with the R9, looking to make a push, and this could be an opportunity for a big break for the side of AxiByte.
Ooh, yeah. Shots dealt, the push, the hit. Absolutely on point. Can Nova handle the heat now? They're in top blue, and we are looking spicy. Neil with the contest. He's going to be able to find one. The break is solid. Is it going to stick? Miz, the last hope. He's going to be able to find one and get dropped. Now Nova looking for the remainder of that scrap time while also trying to get over into no man's land to P4 site. We're going to go ahead and double up. Listen in with Nova to see how the comms sound on this P4 retake.
I'm with you. Two boxes. Use it right now. One there. One box is one shot.
Boxes any.
Head any. Two Anis on side. Nice. One more. One grandma. Oh, one more side. Dead side. One more tap.
Backpack dead. Yo, I am gonna drone. Don't push out too much. One broken.
Nice, top market.
Oh, the top market. Yeah, you see them for one broken.
Four farm. One statue.
Two farm dead.
Statue. One top market pushing down.
Statue dead.
Got three.
Nice.
Go.
Yeah.
One broken. Broken dead.
You can go, Spy, you can go.
Okay.
Peru para.
You did.
Copyright, bro, copyright.
What? Nice. I'm using any.
Man, stop back again, stop back one.
One shot dead.
All right, it is happy-go-lucky. It is good vibes, good times, good dubs. So far, so good. And you know what? The best call out I heard in that, in the catastrophic, in just a terrible beating that they're giving AxiByte now was copyright, bro. You can't copyright. Verdict's got to post this on YouTube. Make sure that he is clean, bro. That was a big brain play. I believe it was Spy. I think he's the only one that's got a level head right now.
Well, that listen-in pretty much confirmed what I thought was going on with the Cordite play here, and honestly, it's just Nova not taking their opponent seriously. I mean, it sounded like these guys were hanging out in a ranked match, right? And it's been a large comeback for the side of Nova. I mean, you got to give AxiByte credit. You know, they not only were going toe-to-toe with Nova for a large portion of this game, they actually had the lead for the first half of it. And, Nova, again, they turned the Jets on, and they are coming through and about to close things out in presumably about a 250 to 168 victory. I mean, we can't even get close to the point right now for the side of AxiByte, and sure enough, there's the closeout for Nova. And that's about what we expected out of this matchup.
Woo, baby! It was a very sweaty one. I don't think Nova actually broke a sweat, though. He saw the Cordite. He obviously saw the MX9 usage from Spy. You said he was -5. Had to check and peep his point of view. My man stuck with it. Live by the gun, die by the gun, they say. That gun's a Cordite. That gun's MX9. At some point, you just got to give it up, right? Wrong. 250 to 168. A breezy first hardpoint win. AxiByte, they put their best foot forward and were slapped down on possibly one of the most disrespectful performances I have ever seen from Logan, and I'm loving it. We're here for it. Minute 58 on the hill for Neil. He's going to be your breadwinner in both the objective and the kill department, too. 32 and 25. 33 and 21 for Inferno, but he was probably the only one that took this one serious. He literally pulled out the SKS and never really looked back.
Which is funny because we watched him a couple weeks ago just straight run the RUS all day.
Yeah. I mean, I'm up for it, bro. If you're here for a good time, man, sign me up. I'm not here for a long time. I say that, and we've literally been here casting EU for over a year, and we have been, we're only, second game of the second series, and we've been live for an hour and a half, so love it. And AxiByte, not able to, I don't know, bro. I don't know what to say. We're just going to go ahead and move on to the search. Again, it is going to be that firing range that we saw in the second series, or first series. We're going to be repeating that. We're going to get the similar results. I don't think so. I think AxiByte might be biting off a little bit more than they can chew against this Nova roster. Obviously, we saw Cordites and MX9s come out to play, and you're not able to compete at this level with those guns in the mix. That's a problem. And I say that with the most respect. All right.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I ain't gonna rag you on that one. So, you're absolutely right. I mean, we expect more at this level of competition. I mean, there's, definitely more than enough room to come through and say that AxiByte are a strong team. And this goes back to what I've said multiple times, that I think EU overall as a top 10 has a more consistently strong top 10 than North America does.
Fair enough.
And I think AxiByte is one of those teams that absolutely proves it. So, obviously we're very early on in the season still. There's plenty of time to see them, as well as other teams, come through and excel. So I'm excited for it. We've had a good start to the season. We had a great match 1 come through, and we're expecting more as we continue to roll on.
All right. If you're expecting more from this series other than a 2-0, might need you to go see a psychiatrist. You need some help, bro. You need to find someone to talk to. I think that this one is, signed, still delivered. I said at the beginning
this is going to be a 2-0.
Well, no, I wouldn't talk to you. I was talking to the viewers. Okay. Obviously, these people are, these people, what do you mean, Verdict? What do you mean, these people? The people that were not watching the same game that we just watched. That was a brutal one. All right, Nova better than the world. Somebody came in chat and said, I think that somebody was Yaya. Obviously, he is on the roster for Light, and a bold statement. Still has Nova Yaya in his name, so much love, homie. Here we go. We're buckling up for it, waiting for Creed. Homie, get out of chat. Put your game face on. Well, I mean, I say game face, and we just literally see you. 3-man troll that win, and I was, you know, I'm just gonna shut my pie hole. I was literally casting it at the beginning with high expectations. Milk was popping off, and all of a sudden, I look over at Saturn's, and my guy is popping off with a Cordite. Hip fire ain't what it used to be, homie. If you know, you know.
Yeah, no hipfire build there. I saw a lot of ADS, but I mean, again, you know, I think this was a sizable skill difference, and you know, again, I said that EU is got a stronger top 10. That's just across the board. When it comes to, you know, #1 versus teams that are trying to make a name for themselves, obviously Nova are you know, the most consistent team. They are, you know, here to prove themselves time and time again, and you know, they proved themselves today with some off-meta fun, I would say.
Speaking of off-meta, take a look and peep at what loadout Saturn's has got. My guy is using the infamous, the notorious. It is the crossbow right now. They are not putting their money where their mouth is. As 3 players left standing for Nova. It is going to be AxiByte with the advantage. We'll see if things stabilize now as the push over towards the B side for Creed is providing a little bit of intel. It is Miz right here, and this is a gunfight you could probably afford to take if you're Creed. We saw the performance earlier. It just was not the best for him. He was 6-19 at some point. Right now, he is struggling. And those akimbo deagles, homie. Yeah, don't fire those puppies. You do not want the DQ.
I'm actually interested to see if that ends. Who was using the deagles?
Oh, that was Creed.
I don't know. I think we've been sticking to the champs ruling on that stuff.
So that's not. Is Akimbo not banned?
Be a DQ. Is Akimbo banned? I don't remember.
Well, he didn't fire it, so there's no harm, no foul, right?
It didn't matter. We had a player pull out a purifier and killed themselves, and they got DQ'd. So I don't know. During Dream Team, and
this isn't Dream Team.
You're right. This is the more intense matchup, and the official ruling was that you know, we're going by champs rules now. We're giving these players the full taste of the champs experience, and if you have it on your loadout at all, whether you used it or not, that's a DQ in champs ruling. So I'm going to leave that up to the admins, but I'll be interested to see the outcome of that.
Oh, I'll be interested to see the outcome of Saturn's. How the hell did he get 2 kills? I didn't see a single one. The crossbow putting in work, gone. Oh, gets tagged, but not going to get that Warzone effect, right? Where you hit someone and afterwards it... That's not a thing. I actually saw that we maybe need to start playing some more Fortune's Keep because the crossbow is absolute meta and it dominates in that game mode. Right here, the heady, not going to be a safe place. Saturn's with the flick of the wrist. The QXR, scorching sun, scorching shots absolutely being felt. We've got a 2v3 with Nova, bomb in hand, trying to make something happen on the back end, and it is going to be one player right here in front of him. Melk, you round that corner, they'll cross that line. Saturn's, he gets dropped. Melk, is he running dual shotgun loadouts? Did he pick up that shotgun from somebody's dead body?
He had to have.
What am I looking at, homie?
We don't got overkill here.
We don't?
No.
That thing's a sniper, bro.
Spotted. Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
All right, well, another round does come through, and right now it is actually a 2-0 lead for the side of AxiByte, and, you know, I definitely gave these guys some credit earlier that they have been looking like a strong team. I still don't think they quite stack up to what Nova brings to the table, and, you know, right now they've got an advantage. They are on the defense, and we did see, obviously, a big switch in our last matchup from offense to defense for Light specifically, right? You know, they came through, they won 4 on the defense, and then they pretty much dropped everything under the sun to the side of I2K. I'm going to struggle to get that name right today, but we are absolutely going to try our best, chat.
Trying our best, doing our best. Nova, they're putting their best. Well, I mean, they're putting their best foot forward, but on the backs of, you know, little expenses on seeing some questionable loadouts. The crossbow is something we don't ever see ever. We obviously saw in qualifiers 2 seasons back when, you know, we were begging for someone to get a kill, and they finally did. They got multiples. Well, it is, you know, making its way back into the competitive scene, and it's for fun right here. AxiByte getting a bit of, you know, that love-to-hate relationship, right? I mean, you're in this high of a caliber competition, and you're qualified for stage 4. You should be able to handle the heat, right? You should be able to handle what we dish at you. We should be able to handle the crossbow action. You should be able to handle the cordite. You should be able to handle all the above right here. They are handling business absolutely fine. As 2 rounds in a row, making it look like it's a possible 3-0. Denisio going to seal the shot, and that is going to be 3 rounds in a row there for AxiByte.
All right, well, this is a hot start for AxiByte here. If they push us to a game 3, that would be a big solid statement to just how strong of a team they are. I honestly, I'm blatant here with it. I fully expect them to make the comeback happen, right? I fully expect Nova to bring this one back, you know, especially when we switch sides.
Are you watching the game?
Yeah.
Did you just see everyone dipped out of the lobby?
Oh, no, mine is, my game's frozen.
Oh, we'll reset your game because we're going to get geared up. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. The DQ call is going to stand. The Deagles doubled the akimbo. It's banned. And in stage or any other major event, if it's in the loadout, it's a DQ. So, here we go. Verdict yet again getting sold. This time around, it's the DQ that's going to stick. And I am in shambles.
You know what? One of us has to pay attention to the rules, okay?
Well, maybe I shouldn't have taken a look at the loadout. Maybe I shouldn't have made a comment. Maybe we would have let that one slide and got to see some more action.
Listen. Last week, or was it last week? Yeah, last week, I was right on board with that too. I was like, well, he didn't get a kill with it, right? Wrong. B came in and was like, nope, we're sticking to the champs rules, and the champs rules are if it's on your loadout, then that is a DQ. We didn't get a kill with the purifier that was used, and that is something that you know, I think is a good measure of discipline for teams.
Okay. Yeah.
Especially at this caliber, right? Following the rules is an important part of being a winning team.
Yeah, well, everybody go ahead and send all your hate to Creed in chat. He's there to take and receive anything that you got to say. I've already put mine out there, Creed. You're washed, homie. It's a pre-made loadout. It's one of the, it's one of the armory. What do they call it in COD Mobile? Like the blueprints? That's tough.
It appears I am loaded back into the game now.
Nice.
We're just at the lobby, right? We're not in game.
No, we're not in game yet.
Perfect.
LMAO. Lamau. All right, chat. We're going to a game 3. I put my foot in my mouth yet again and kind of liked it, bro. I kind of like seeing the crossbow. I kind of like seeing, you know, what this Nova team has to bring to the table when it comes to being creative with their trolling. And, you know, we got to see a little bit of game 1. Game 2, we saw a little bit too much. You can blame Creed while we're going to a game 3 right here. It is going to be the Summit Control to be the deciding factor who will take these 15 points. God bless anybody who wins this matchup on the back of a DQ. Do you think we're going to see trolling after this one, Dave?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
Absolutely. I think that we'll still probably see Nova. You know, it's hard to say, right? You know, is it fully disrespecting or is it asserting dominance, right? Like that is.
Is there a line in between the two?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I mean, they're using it to troll. Dave's using it to, or used it to.
I think using the cordite or using the RUS is a flex. It's a show of dominance. I think pulling out something like the Chicom is just flat out disrespect.
Chicom washed?
I think that might be the line we draw. You know, RUS, flex. Chicom, disrespect.
Oh, baby, here we go. It wouldn't be EU without a little DQ, and we are heading over to the very snowy hills summit for this game 3. If you can't tell, I'm not upset. I'm not annoyed. I'm just glad we get to see some more action because we got robbed at that game 2, Search and Destroy. Now we're getting some very brutal action here on Summit. So, opening push, Melt trying to get a little bit of map control. The ice pick in hand, looking to be a little bit of a bandit. He's got the Jack 12. What the hell? Oh my! That is disgusting. That should not be tolerated. That kind of behavior can't be accepted. Saturn's, he's pulled out the R9. They're looking for blood. And off the bat, they're at a little bit of a despair or a deficit of kills.
All right, well, 2 kill advantage for the side of AxiByte. Nova, they might be bringing things back here. I do believe the Jack 12 is not on the banned gun list, so
yeah. Well, I mean,
will be usable by Milk here.
We'll allow it.
And yeah. Well, we have to. We don't get a choice.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Inferno pushing the objective with an SKS, bro.
Bold.
That ain't the move, bro.
That is not kosher. That is not gonna sit
not a
well.
close range gun.
No, I mean, it's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. The meta is in the eye of the user, right, or in the hands of the user. Well, Melk, my guy, you are just a brutal one. He is gonna hop to the R9 now as the Jack 12 gets its fair share of spotlight and then disposes. Now, as we can see, 20 seconds on the clock. Not a focus for the objective and the kills. They're highly in favor of Nova. They have gained the control. They have gained the lead. They've gained the advantage. They are not looking to give it up. And even with Spy using the QQ9, which the Flood was an absolute beast back in the day.
Yeah, and like I said, I think we're gonna, continue to see a bit of a flex from the side of Nova. We're gonna see things that maybe aren't necessarily the most meta right now. We've got Inferno pulling out the RUS once again, looking for a fight against Gone, but gets taken down by Apollo up top. We've got Saturn's rocking an R9 of his own at this point. Creed sticking to the meta, got the CBR in hand, and well, Neil, I would say the back 10's a little less meta now, but certainly can capitalize on the ranges of gunfights that Summit has to offer. And it does look like we are going to get the A capture to come through. We do get a kill for Apollo there. We're all tied up, 6 lives left, with B to go. Another trade comes through, 5-5. This is a big opportunity for the side of AxiByte to take a win here on Summit.
It is. No, it is. Off the bat, I mean, you started off neck and neck. You had a little bit of a kill lead, and then all of a sudden, you lose full tilt. Right now, they've regained composure. It's a 1 life count in favor of Nova. Melk trying to put some work on this B site. They're looking to force the hands. Certainly going to do so. The ticks are in. The kills certainly following up. Here comes the artillery. Here comes the push. It's 1 life remaining now. Denicio able to revenge, but here comes the Deagle and his Spy, going to pick up his 6th. And I was taking a look at the ban list. There's only 3 guns that are banned currently. That's the SVD, the NA45, and the Thumper. So, yes, 100%. I wasn't fact-checking, but I just wanted to make sure I knew all of the weapons that were banned. Certainly not the Jack 12. It is a disgusting being to be seen. Obviously, if you're using shotguns, you should be shunned.
Was a late addition too. Just to make note. I mean, that was not on the original Champs ban list.
It was not.
Thank God they put it on there.
Yeah.
I did not want to see that again.
Yeah. Well.
And thank God the shorty is nerfed as well.
North.
Yeah.
Peacekeeper out for Spy, looking to provide a little bit of coverage. They've done a decent job of picking up kills early on. The objective, not a big focus. Saturn's looking to deal some damage. She's done it. Not going to result in any time on that A site. It's actually going to be recovered. And here we go. The scramble is 23-20 life can in favor of Nova. Can they keep and maintain composure for the remainder of this attacking round? First off, it is going to be an A side push. Creed looking to put his foot on the hill and get a few kills in the meantime. There it goes. It's about a quarter done, but he's opted to push for the spawn sites. 50 seconds left. This might be a dud right here.
Yeah, certainly could be looking for it, and we've got a life lead for the side of Nova right now, but it's only +1. we've got 30 seconds with no capture on A yet for the side of Nova either. So AxiByte, all you guys got to do is play defense. All you got to do is play time here, and they could have a big opportunity to bring themselves a round win on the offense. So I'm here for it. Like I said, I believe this team is a strong team. Do I think that they take down Nova here? No, but if they come through and flex and show signs of life, then I think that bodes well for the competitive health of the European region.
Yeah, well, 9 seconds left on the clock. It is going to be stopped. Dawn looking to deal with the pass. Creed has just made himself too comfortable in the spawn site. You can see he's going to be dealt with a tick in progress. 11-7 life lead. Gaun's got to make this one count, baby. It is go big or go home. He's going to lose the Annihilator. The contest is in. He's not going to be able to win the gunfight. 2 lives remaining. Nova are going to be able to pull off the A-cap, or they're going to be able to get those last 2 kills with a bit of ease right here. Apollo looking to make it a last-second addition. At this point, it's chalk. You cannot push A. You got to give it to them for free. They opt to be a little bold and ego. They paid a price. 2 rounds in a row. The control has been predominantly in control of Nova. We're going to go ahead and buckle up for a first listen-in. This one's probably about to be over. We're going to hear the comms for Nova and see if they can seal this one and put it into wraps.
Oh my, top, motherfucker! B, they pushed, I'm backing off, they pushing me. Dead. One more.
I'm for cleat,
One bottom, and one top.
Where's that?
I'm just waiting, Neil.
One bottom.
He pushed. Secret, limit.
Top, one shot top.
Oh, I'm
No, it's not one shot, one for clip.
No, one top.
Top, I am top.
No, one more deep seed. I choked so hard. Holy shit.
Why are you choking, bro?
Top jump, there.
No, it can't.
I'm choking, but one is P1 and one is B.
Stop gravity, get top one shot, one.
I'll get them, I'm stunning B.
Bro, he's gone. There's 2 A.
He's their spawn, bro. What the fuck?
I have B.
One more A.
Gone.
I hate this guy with the shotgun, bro. Tough, bro.
Top one shot, man. Top one shot. To bottom now. Two bottom.
Getting servers.
Top dead one. 3 side. What the?
One servers. Con dead.
Nice.
One shot hill. Why am I so shit? Fuck me.
Stack it again.
Jump.
See him. He's pushing me, see him.
One with mid steps.
My staircase.
Mid stairs.
Two C flag. One bottom cage. Cages. That's. I have a drone again.
Concuss bottom.
No.
Watch
bottom. Two more bottom. I'll use my drone. Pero when he's done beat.
Alright, day, here it goes. 11-9 lead in favor of Nova. But the bad thing is, it's a tick on B. The progress is there. The hill's hopped. AxiByte trying to extend the dream, but they're going to be able to do it. No, flat face fall right there. The catwalk push is not going to provide any kind of coverage. And they are literally stuck in the spawn. Spy up in the air. It is all but over. 1 life remaining. There is no way they're getting out of this blender. That's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Cue the music. Bot verdict. Let's hear some tunes as we go through a 3-0 smooth win in the control. I didn't even give you a chance to talk, man. We just rolled right into the action.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what we expected, right? We weren't, I guess, we weren't expecting the game 3, but we were expecting the 2-0 for Nova. And aside from a little bit of a flub in the loadout, which did cost them the search and destroy due to the official champs ruling, which we are being held this season very, very tightly to. I mean, that is not our call, right, Verdict? That's something that goes well above our head. So, Nova, they come through, they answer back in dominant fashion in the control. 23 kills on the board for Spy. You had 19 Creed, 17 for Neil, 16 for Inferno, and 15 for Saturns. They continued to largely use non-meta weapons, and I think that was a pretty big flex over their opponents that maybe a little bit unnecessary, but I think it did bring the competition a little bit closer because a lot of those rounds were very, very close, right? I mean, we were looking at, you know, it coming down to 6 lives on each team with seconds to go, right?
Yeah.
And Nova were able to come through with the victory. But, I mean, if you take that same matchup and Nova is running the meta, I don't think it gets that close.
No, I don't think. Yeah. I don't think we see a game 3. We don't see a DQ. We don't see any kind of trolling. You know, AxiByte might have taken an L right there, but I think the viewers at home took the biggest. That mic quality was absolute. I had to close my mouth. That was the look, the highest paid team in EU. You're telling me that's the best mic quality you can provide? I know mine isn't the absolute A1. I try the best of my ability to make sure that I don't sound too awful when I cast, and at times my threshold is absolutely hit to the limit whenever I'm ecstatic when I see a great play. But there's not a question about my quality for us. It's for them. Good night. That was just absolute, just atrocious. You know who has great mic quality? Deanna. We're going to bring you back into the mix. Let's just hope that you're not. Oh, there we go. Not muted this time. Didn't pull a day.
No,
Love
I'm not. Pull a day. Oh my god. No, I checked myself. I checked myself 2 times. Am I muted or not? I was like, oh, I'm not doing it like 5th times already. But yeah, it was an amazing best of 3. Obviously, I was not expecting to be a best of 3 now. Not being disrespectful to AxiByte, obviously they're kind of new ish. I did not saw them that much, okay? And we saw Nova over the past 1 year just winning over wins and wins and wins. So I was expecting to a 2-0, but again, with the DQ, we actually managed to see that third game that was a control. Obviously in the hardpoint, Exabyte actually had a great start, but again Nova was using like not really meta guns, and I could see why at the beginning it was close, but therefore at some point they just like boom go, and they just like boom won the hardpoint. Sadly, I'm pretty sure the SND would have been won by Nova as well, but because of DQ, they got a third game that was very fast and on point, obviously. But yeah, it was overall pretty nice, and I feel like I talked so fast again and too much.
Look, they're not. You're not speaking too fast. They're listening too slow. All right, don't forget that one. That one's a gold one, right? I mean, obviously we've gone two matches that have gone the distance, and we have been able to reap the benefits of some top tier gameplay for both. Asterisk at the top. Insert that one. Yeah, certainly. We've got 2 more on hand. We're halfway through the day. Deanna, I mean, I don't know if we're going to get any better than we did in that first series. That second one was for fun, we'll just say. But this third one should be interesting, and our fourth is certainly going to be a banger.
Yes, I can't wait to see it. The third game actually is going to be Atlanta versus Cold. So I'm pretty well curious how it's going to be. I'm leaning towards it. Best of 3, but I'm not sure which team. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have all 3 games, but I'm not sure which team though, because I did not manage to see a lot from Cold or Atlanta either. But in the meantime, we do need to get a break, obviously, because the games were on fire, and we shall get some snacks or maybe to drink some water. Guys, you should do the same in the while you are actually waiting and hear a word from our sponsor, Code Mobile, right? Right. See you after this.
Slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
guys, welcome back. We just came back from our break. Obviously, it was actually a fast break. It took 1 second, maybe 2 minutes in a race.
Hey.
It was. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just putting facts here. Anyways, okay. Just a quick reminder, guys. If you just hop into the stream and maybe you didn't follow Verdict, you should do that. And also check his treasure boxes because he has great deals there. It's better. So we actually have a chance to win a couple of 2 pairs of finger slips because guess what? We are sponsored by Mobile Mayhem is sponsored by Mobile Gaming Curbs. So if you put actually comment in the chat, you can actually get 10% off from your next order. But yeah, guys, we have Atlanta versus Cold Esports. What are your thoughts about it? A verdict.
This one's going to be an interesting one. We're watching a Cold team who possibly got the graces of the draw for a stage 4 qualification, and they're making the most of it. They competing here in Mobile Mayhem. They are looking better and better each day. And then we got on the flip side a team that came out of nowhere and performed pretty damn well on Thursday. I think this one's going to be a proving point for Atlanta. They sit with 15 points and Cold with 0. This is going to be a true test for Cold to see where their skill lies and where Atlanta can pick up. I think this might be one of the series that I anticipate to go to a Game 3, but I will be more than welcome to be proven wrong yet again today.
Well,
yeah.
See?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just about to ask you, I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, I was just gonna say that I with their performance from last week, I'm gonna lean on the side of Atlanta for this one. Again, Cold is a team that maybe, quite possibly, certainly in the stage 4 situation, right? They got in because another team disqualified, and then that team also backed out of Mobile Mayhem. Obviously, they were, the team themselves were pretty distraught. They didn't want to play. Obviously, stage 4 and 5 are the big competition for COD Mobile this year, so the players were largely discouraged on that front. So Cold got a kind of free pass into Mobile Mayhem as well. Atlanta came out of the gate on Thursday and took on one of those stage 4 qualifying teams. And, granted, the Game 3, I think it was a disqualification call that they got the victory on. They pushed it to Game 3 on their own, right? So they had some great performances, a team that we didn't really recognize. So I'm here for it. And our lineups for these 2 teams today is about what you expect out of Cold. You've got Jim, Fat, Rondo, Sav, and Nev. And for the side of Atlanta, you've got Wayne, Corona, Tokyo, Legacy, and Storm. And just to clarify, guys, that is not spelled the same way as the beverage. So no issues there.
That sounds amazing. I'm can run very fast over the maps to see which is banned and which is not. We do have the first game. It's gonna be Hardpoint on Raid, a very beautiful map. Okay. Second, S&D on Slums, and if we get the third game, obviously I hope for to see a control on Summit because I did not have the time. I did not have the chance to actually see that many controls on Summit, so I'm actually very excited about it. We also have Purifier and Annihilator banned, and also Takeoff and Hacienda.
All right, well,
all the teams are ready, so we're ready to go. See you after, guys. Bye.
All right, to the caster booth we go. Day, you and I are hot on the mics. Well, the mics are hot. We're not that hot. We're trying to keep up, and at our age, it's very hard to improve, right? Yeah. I mean, let's struggle to get out of bed. We'll just take it from there, and let you guys, enjoy the rest and meme whatever you got to do. Go ahead and hit those treasure box too, bro. I gotta say, the MGC sleeves. Looking pretty sweet. Use that code Mobile Mayhem to receive that 10% off your next purchase. Absolute banger. I mean, of course, the best of the best is going to pair with the best of the best. So, here we go. We're ready for it. It is game number 1, Hardpoint Raid. The lovely hills of Hollywood. Yeah. Who's going to be big? Who's going to be famous? Who's going to go big? Who's going to go home? We're ready to start this puppy up. Go ahead and spam it, baby. Corona, I don't know if you're ready or not, homie. Oh. Necessary component downloads. Just kick them from the lobby and re-invite.
Yeah, I think that's
it's a bug.
That happens here
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
All right, well, hopefully we'll get the reconnect on Corona here in a moment. There it is. Hopefully the start button will work this time. Ideally, boom, easy. Got that dub, chat. Verdict on top of the bugginess.
Yeah, bugs or not, we're gonna go ahead and rock and roll. We're on raid. You're gonna need it. Any bugs left on this map alive? Got to deal with them. Pest are a problem. We'll see how they handle the issues at hand. Right now, the P1 is very competitive as we're heading over to the ring side of things. It is going to be opened up here momentarily. The game's just now starting. I'm getting ahead of myself. Action, it's getting to me. 7 seconds on the clock. Who's going to get there first? Does look like Vet taking a pretty OP route. They're going to be able to hop the hill, but the concussions absolutely on point. Tokyo trying to play a little bit of perimeter control. He's got plenty to deal with. Going to get a little over anxious, and that is going to be the first few kills on the feed in favor of the team in blue, Cold Esports. Right now, they are racking it up uncontested. Legacy trying to hold off the push from the top side of Laundry, and right now, it is a little overwhelming here for the boys over at the ATL.
All right, well, Cold, they've got a good break onto the P1, and this is, a map that we talk about pretty regularly, that it can be difficult to get a rebreak once someone's in, right? You've got a lot of head glitch opportunity. The control over mid you get out of Laundry or Red Room, presumably Laundry a little bit stronger. But either way, we do have ATL making a break on into the hill. A couple kills come through, and that's going to start denying some time. But more importantly, they denied a 40, 50 plus point potential hold out of the side of Cold. Now it's Kitchen. And you can see an aggressive push and break in. Corona finds 2 before getting taken down by Rondo. And, really got to look to pull spawns into your favor. That jungle side / upper stairs spawn is a key factor here. We get the clear out by Atlanta. They get the players pushed back. And we are going to get those spawns in their favor. So big opportunity for a big hold on Kitchen for Atlanta here. But Rondo!
Through the front door, homies, nothing held back, a full send. They get the break, and they are looking to reap the benefits of it. Storm looking to contest, going to be able to find one. Tokyo there for the assist, but again, the numbers prevail. Jim, now the only player left, is going to get a little bit of reinforcements. Now the flip, going to come back through. The retake, absolutely on point. Cold, rocking and rolling here in the kitchen site. Now as we're going to Rochambeau down the hill we go. It is going to be the bottom site garage. Biggest money hill in all of Call of Duty maps. We'll see who's going to get the most value right now. As the push, it is looking like Sav wants to go ahead and pucker up for a few Sparrow shots. Homie, I don't know what kind of shots those were, but you were just blasting away into oblivion. Nonetheless, he's going to be taken down. The push is going to be sustained for now. And here comes the grab Vortex. Storm absolutely feeling it, baby. That's 2. I said it earlier. You put some decent accuracy in the trajectory of your shot. You've got 2 or 3 at the very least. 2 is where we're going to see that with sticking. An absolute just beast of a denial tool on top of that.
Yeah, and Storm was a big one with the Gravity Vortex right off the bat when the update came through and the season began, right? So, Atlanta, that's a big tool that we have. We talked in the past about when you have individual operators on teams, you do, as far as competitive sake goes, at least what we've seen in like the console versions of COD, you get those players that get to be known for certain operators, right? And it's certainly something that stands out for Storm, is that Gravity Vortex, the effectiveness that he comes through. Not often we see him waste one of those, so definitely been a big player for Atlanta, and that's something you need for an upcoming team, right? It's players who stand out in a competitive scene.
True.
Where you've got veterans, right? I mean, Jim, Sav, Nav, Rondo, they are not strangers to this level of competition, right? I would say the least known player on this lineup is Vat, and even him I think we've seen once or twice in the past, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we've seen him at least 1 or 2 seasons right now. The veteran abilities over on the rotation, they give up the scrap time, but it's at the expense of getting the advantage for the next hill. The top side control, absolutely on point. Raid is being very, very, just absolutely graceful to this cold roster. You can see they are starting to get their feet under them. The control absolutely on point here in P4. The courtside affair has been very fruitful now as Storm looking to make it the contest in. He's going to be able to find one. Corona going to be able to find two in the backside. Tokyo coming through. 3 shots for Corona. Nope, that's going to be shut down. Got to reload, homie. Got to make that staircase push. Got to make sure you have the guns to back it up. Right now, P5 rotation over. We're looking at a 50-point deficit almost. And right now, Cole, they are looking to extend their lead. The break, however, is going to have to be swift now. You can see the rotation's over. Legacy's already there. They've got a little bit of map control, but again, anything can happen in P5.
Yeah, anything can absolutely happen, and, you know, I was leaning on the side of Atlanta for this matchup at Cold. They're coming through with a solid performance right now. They are 50 points ahead of their opponents and are not looking to give up this P5 hill. You can see we've got 3 players in the middle here. A couple trades do come through. Sav pushed on up into Kitchen, gonna find an extra kill, and that's Jim anchored in on the hill, definitely getting some good time for the team. He's all the way up at 110 plus seconds right now. Almost 2 minutes of time on the hill in our first rotation. And he's positive with a total of 15 kills on the board. Oh, 17 as he finds the 2-piece with the Sparrow there. Coming through as a big player for this Cold lineup. I would say, you know, expected here for Jim.
No, yeah. I mean, he's literally soaking up the sun here on the objective. P5, again, another dog for Cold. And I was talking about this matchup in particular being, you know, close in relatively to skill. Atlanta kind of, I mean, they're literally getting bridged right now. It's still a 100-point lead, rolling into a P1 reset, and Atlanta, they've got to get things back stable. Cannot go another hill rotation right like that. I mean, if it goes the way that it did last time, you're going to be seeing this one closed out in P3. Right now, they have a little bit of stability. They've got a little bit of shake still in there, and you can see it. They've popping off on all cylinders, weighing, picking up his 15 guns. Just Jim down in cold blood. We're going to go ahead and get geared up for our first listen, and we're going to go ahead and see how the comms sound for ATL right now. They're on the chopping block. We'll see if they can maintain face.
Did you? Dead.
Come on, only one hill.
One three. Go next. Book full control, take full control. Bro! Near, stop pushing it, please!
1 mid.
Mid dead. Go ahead.
One money. Jungle money heavy. Two on jungle.
Jim money.
Hostiles have the hard point.
3.
Oh, that mid-set.
2-3. Win, Sparrow. Watch out, Sparrow.
Hard point is ours.
Bro, with you.
Nice.
Get point.
Go. This one basket. He's pushing top. Watch the tree.
3 side, one shot. He's only one. Two.
They're free. They're free. Nice one.
Mid.
Watch money.
One mid killer.
I'm on money.
All right, very vocal Atlanta roster there, trying to keep the troops rallied up. The push towards the kitchen site now as they have found a little bit of success on that P1, but again, it has primarily been Cold all over the objective. You can see Jim, he is still soaking up the hill time uncontested right now. 1 player left to deal with. They are going to go ahead and pick up that scrap time for free. Jim is going to have to burn his last shot, but he's sitting on 30 kills. Not a lot of value from the Goliath. I think it was insta-thirsted. I mean, I caught it in 4K, obviously. We're taking a look at the leaderboard right now. 30 and 16 for my mans. Jim is absolutely bagging him and tagging him right now. The push towards the P3 site. He cannot be denied. The Peacekeeper providing a lot of violence. And the shots, they are absolutely on point.
Yeah, I gotta say the comms weren't bad for Atlanta, right? I mean, those were pretty solid. They were keeping the energy up. They were pushing forward. You didn't have bickering with the team. You know, they're just looking to get to that next hill, to get that next possible advantage, and I think they're doing a good job of potentially bringing things back here. Obviously, they do gotta find an answer for Jim, though. Jim has been an absolute menace, and I gotta give a ton of credit to Cold. We were kind of worrying if this team was gonna stack up, and I gotta wonder, Atlanta, you guys went toe-to-toe with Light. Now, granted, Light have certainly had their own streak of issues, right? They went toe-to-toe with Light on Thursday and are now struggling against this Cold lineup who have opened up the gate here today with an absolute dominant force.
No, they have indeed. And I was spectating Jim and Blur. They were scrimming yesterday. I was like, I know your trash can butt aren't complaining about this, the ping in EU, and he was like, bro, it's literally 70 MS. I'm like, bro, get a grip on life, man. I was just trying to give him a hard time, obviously. Big fan of Blur right now. I mean, the After Effects right here for Cole, they are fully focused. They've got a 5-man stack that is looking absolutely beautiful. 209 to 145, they can literally taste victory, but the fight in the dog is still very large here for the side of the ATL. Right now, the top side control is very prominent. They've got the lead on this one. They don't have the lead as far as points goes, but they've got the advantage up top and down low. They got the numbers in the hills. Well, numbers are slowly starting to disappear. Legacy wins a massive gunfight, but here comes the madman. Jim has been the storyline of this team. And sure enough, he is leading the pack 40 and 20. My man is absolutely cracked right now.
Yeah, Jim, like I said, you've got to find an answer for him if you are Atlanta because, I mean, look at the rest of the team of Gold. Nobody is doing exceptionally well. You've got Fat at -3. You do have Londo at +3. Sav at -2. Nev at -3. Jim is double positive with 3+ minutes of hill time. I mean, the man is literally keeping the team not only in the game, but in the advantage almost single-handedly. So, yeah, we got to get some help for Jim to close this game out because Atlanta, they are on the comeback. What was a 100-point game not long ago is down to only about 20 points in advantage for Cold in Atlanta. They're looking to make the comeback happen.
They are. Here comes the hit. It's one player. No, the Predator missile shutting down the push. Plenty of time to regain a little bit of an advantage, but you can see the struggles here on P5 is certainly going to linger over to P1 reset. Jim and squad, Cold need to go ahead and put a ribbon on this puppy. Guess what? Atlanta, they are here to fight. They are here to scrap Legacy. He's got a cluster, and that might come in handy. You're going to need it to clear this ringside out. The position's got to be on point. We'll see if he can go ahead and get it popped. There it goes. It is going to provide a lot of pushing out. Legacy is going to be able to find one. Nobody on the hill to collect the time. Nobody in position to push. What the hell, Atlanta? You are going ahead and just tossing this one out the window. No, there it goes. Finally. Had to deal with Sav. Certainly able to get him taken down, but this one's coming down to the wire. We've got a photo finish performance here. And the ending is certainly a toss-up. Nope, it is going to be Vat all over the hill. Sav all over the hill. They're going to be able to stack it, and this might be it.
Well, certainly looking good right now, and, well, this has come down to the wire. I mean, this has been an intense matchup. We maybe underestimated Cold a little bit, and then as Cold started to take things away, you know, maybe we underestimated Atlanta at that point. Now, these two rosters are so new that it can be very difficult to get a good judge on where they fully stand, but Cold finally able to come through and close things out. The 250 to 223 win does come through in the Hardpoint, and Cold are going to be sitting up 1-0 over their opponents. Again, hugely because of Jim just had one of the best performances that we've seen out of him in a long time, Verdict.
Yeah, they finally had a little bit of an answer to him towards the end. I think he was sitting on 40 for the last 5 minutes, finally able to put up 43 to end it up, 24 deaths to go along with it. Certainly a big performance for Jim. My man's put up 235 to go along with it. It is certainly the numbers and statistics of a player that wants to win. Obviously, we took a look at that matchup and we kind of like overlooked Atlanta as the match began. And then we saw the fight in the dog was absolutely tremendous. The comeback was certainly on the horizon, just not enough time on that P1 to really capitalize. That cluster strike should have been the opening to what could have been that big P1 gain. Certainly, they didn't get any points off of that cluster. I mean, obviously, it cleared the hill for a second. They got one kill. But other than that, there was not a lot of movement. I guess you got to commend Cole for the performance they put on for defending and allowing the opportunity to set up proper and get the retake back on point. But, I mean, this is literally what we saw in the first game on Thursday from Atlanta, right? They put up a photo finish performance. Didn't quite get the dub, but we rolled into a search and destroy where they absolutely just demoralized Light. Are we going to see the same case here, Dave? This is a big performance here from Atlanta. We'll see if they can recover and regroup and regain. Cold Esports, they take the dub, but 27 points, they're cutting it close.
Yeah, I mean, that was an incredible game. I certainly have high hopes for the search and destroy to come. That is another area where we really saw Atlanta capitalize on Thursday's games last week. Well, Jim, if he's going to play the search and destroy the way he did today, I certainly am going to be on board with him out of the gate for the snipes, right? So you got to give the man credit. I mean, he's putting in work for this cold roster. They got a second shot at life for stage 4. They got that bonus to roll over for Mobile Mayhem here, and Jim ain't looking to let it go to waste, right? So we slept on Cold a little bit. Now that they obviously haven't won the series yet. They've got plenty of action left ahead of them that they have to come through and close out against Atlanta, who again excelled in search and destroy last week. And I don't even know what to think at this point. I was all on board with Atlanta off the start, and they came through with a performance that we can't deny there.
No, you're right. Pack your bags. Get the crew ready. We're heading down south for the summer. We're buckling up for a Slums Search or Destroy. Are we going to see Game 3 live here, or are we going to see Game 3 live taken away?
Destroy the objective.
We'll have to find out now as we're jumping into the midst of the action. It is going to be the defense for the side of ATLs. We flip sides. Go ahead and flip that script there on the backside. Teams certainly not reflecting where they should be. Nonetheless, it is weighing in with some shots of his own. Savvy able to take down one before he drops. Value here for Atlanta. They've got 2 for 3 as they maintain the man advantage. But with Rondo and Vat still alive, there's still a little hope here for the boys over at Cold.
Yeah, definitely some hope, but I was right on board with Jim early on, hoping that he was going to have a good performance off the back of that Hardpoint run, but gets taken down early on, and now Legacy is the last alive, so Cold still might be able to bring this one together, and you can see Legacy does have a sniper in hand.
Ooh!
Does find one, slides on in.
No!
Can't find the heady onto Vat, and that's going to be a round clutched up. First round does go in favor of Cold. That was close. If Legacy hit that shot, that's a round win for the side of Atlanta. And that's not an easy shot to hit. And he was almost right on the money.
I mean, he lined it up. I just don't know how it didn't connect. Obviously, he may have pulled the trigger a little too late. Need to have that trigger figure antsy right now. 3 drop instantly. We're 15 seconds into the round. Jim finally getting on board, but damage is done. He's not sniping. That's kind of interesting. I guess on a map like this, you're looking to provide a little bit more value to the team, and I believe we've seen snipers in on the opposing side add a little bit of value last, but Jim, he is picking up the Peacekeeper and is pedal to the metal right now. 2 dropped right there in this round alone. The push up, the Deagle. Oh. Shut my pie hole. The Deagle on the receiving end, or the opposing end, was just devastating on that head glitch. What the hell did we just see?
We are seeing an incredible game between two teams that I think we underestimated both of them in this season, right? Last week it was Atlanta. We underestimated against Light. This time it was because of Atlanta's performance against Light. We underestimated Cold, and two teams are certainly going head-to-head. That Hardpoint came down to only 27 points. A single break could have swung that one for Atlanta, and now they're looking to make it happen in search. Corona finds a big 3-piece, and Rondo's now left alone in a 1v4. He finds one, but Wayne does come through with the refrag, and now Atlanta lead 2-1.
Atlanta putting their money where their mouth is off the rip. A solid start, 2-1. A little bit more composure gain now as they were slow to start in the Hardpoint too. Very, very close ending there on that P1. Obviously, didn't go their way. Now they are battling it out in the trenches. And Search and Destroy is probably one of their better game modes that we've seen so far. I mean, obviously, we saw them just absolutely destroy Light 7-2 on Thursday. Right now, they are putting up a hell of a fight off the rip. It is going to be no first bloods off the bat. Weighing. Oh, trying to get those toes tied. Jim, it's one shot. If he just looked in his direction, he would have dropped. Jim able to stay alive. This might be a problem. We've always been fascinated with the one that gets away and how it makes you pay. We'll see if that one is one that sticks here in this round now. Jim trying to get the jump shots and land. Weighing, trying not to get lined up so easily. There it goes. Storm's dropped. That's already a little value for the life that could have been dropped. Nonetheless, almost takes down Weighing too. First blood in favor of Cold. We'll see if they can rally off that player advantage.
All right, well, Tokyo dangerously low here, rotates right into Rondo, who's going to pick up a free one, a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Cold. Could be looking to tie things up here. They've got a difficult break over to the A-bomb if Wayne still hangs out. What?
Was that a 3? Was that a triple collapse that I missed?
You have to go back.
I got to go back and clip it.
You have to go back and clip that. That was just
line him up and knock him down.
Perfect timing for Wayne there.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, well, Jim's still alive, so that means the dream is just all three.
Dude.
I mean, hey, you know, it's a funnel of death, bro. Don't peek that angle. Legacy's dropped. Corona now in a 1v1. Jim trying to do the impossible. Well, he's got the bomb. He's going to have to hop it. He's going to stick to plan. Does he have enough time? Hey, he's coming down to the wire. 2 seconds left. He gets the job done. Rounds the corner. Wayne, Corona is literally on his trail, and I don't think he knows it. The deagle shots. From up close, Jim clutches 1v3. The triple collat we'll have to overlook. Then he gets the round. It doesn't count.
Bomb spotted. Enemy
I'm still so baffled by everybody lining up for Wayne on such a common doorway for there to be someone waiting. And, you know, fortunately, Jim able to clutch things up for the team. He had a rough first round, but he's up to 7. Tied for leading the lobby with
Pick
Wayne.
that 8.
Gets kill number 8 right there. And, you know, we talked about him being a big factor for this team. Wayne, you know, Wayne is
He's
a
cracked,
upcoming
bro.
sniper. Calling him an
He's a
upcoming sniper
freak.
talent is absolutely an understatement. I mean, this can't. Oh my God, Rondo!
Oh, Sav, thank you. Sav, thank you for saving that round. That could have got out of hand real quick. Hot damn, baby. We are cooking. Panama has never looked better. And the slums, just an absolute beast, a pit for these players to knock each other out. And the shots have been on point. Wayne putting on a bit of a clinic. Jim putting on a bit of a clinic for himself, too. The 1v3 earlier, just so damn nasty. I mean, I couldn't even look at the collab differently. I mean, you don't clutch around, that's massive L's. Right now, Jim adding a lot more fuel to the fire. He's going to be able to find first blood for the squad, but it's quickly returned. 2 for 2 as we go now. Corona able to take down Sad, the demon that ended the lives in the 1v2 clutch earlier on now. Legacy able to find Rondo. It's all up to Jim and Vat now. Can they reel this round back in? The bomb making its way over to the mid side of the map. Jim has found success in finding the interior of this. Oh my! Blue building, now it's broken. Certainly feeling the shattering effects from the shots too. Now the Deagles pop. The YY. Live by it, we die by it. We'll see if it pans out now as the push up. It's Corona. Don't line up, homie. Don't stay still. Flat-footed, you fall. It's going to be forced out right to the hands of Legacy. What are you doing? Dude, you just got literally just dumpstered right there. That was a setup. I've never seen an alley-oop more perfected. Corona handed you a kill on a silver platter, and you could not pull the trigger, homie. What the hell?
I'm hurt.
Well, Corona finds some shots on Jim, but doesn't lock down the kill, and now the bomb plant coming through for that. Corona obviously going to be able to hear it, but I don't know if they actually confirmed that both players are, like, right on this bomb. Does find one in Vat. Jim, you had to have heard those footsteps to your right? Corona sprinting. Looks like he's on the chase, but wrong angle, and might be rotating right into death now. Gets the turn, finds the Deagle kill, and Jim puts up kill number 12.
Jim is just a freak of nature right now. My guy is literally frying. And we've got Wayne, who is, I mean, putting up some god-tier numbers for himself as well. He's only sitting on 9. He's got to catch up right now. We're flipping sides. We're going to see if Wayne can even the scoreboard right now as this matchup is certainly nothing even about it. Jim's taking down the Demons out. Certainly going to be able to, find success here in the attacking round. Tokyo able to add 1 to the board. That's 1 for 2s now. 20 seconds in, 25 seconds in. And we've got 3 players dropped. 1 for 2, though. The player advantage still and the life count advantage still in favor of the boys over at the ATL. Fortunate enough, though, Rondo able to reel it back in. We're evened up. Bomb's going to be picked up. 7 on board for Rondo now. Minute and 15 on the clock. They've got to make something happen.
All right, well, 3 versus 3. This is a must-have comeback round. We were talking in the past about momentum and what it can do for your team. Well, you're sitting down in a 4-2 situation right now, a round win here. Maybe it puts the energy positive for your team, right? Rondo now sliding, looking for the follow-up on Legacy. Is going to get it. That takes down Wayne on the back end. And that's going to be a 5-2 lead. And momentum-wise, that could be rough. Obviously we switched sides last round. That was a big opportunity for Atlanta to step up. And right away, it gets shut down by Cold. And now that momentum could just continue to carry on for Cold. And they could close things out in 2-0 fashion here.
Yeah, well, I mean, their Stage 4 qualifying team, they deserve to be in a 2-0 position, right? Well, they have certainly put themselves in a position to do so and earn it. And Jim putting his money where his mouth is just, I mean, his shots have just been on point right now. I don't know what kind of gamer substance my guy is. He's certainly using the MGC claws at this point. My guy is crispy with it. Storm finally able to put 1 on the board. He has been sitting on a golden goose egg day. Finally able to put up that breadstick, and we'll see if that amounts to anything. You need a full-on hands to make this one happen. Is certainly a little bit of a pit that they're probably not going to be able to dig the south of. Nev finds his second push up from Rondo. He's looking for blood. Mid-side map peaked. The split is going to come through. Legacy's on one side. You've got Storm with the bomb in the hands on the other side. Jim, he has not been shut down on the deagle push yet. Finally gets stuffed. Storm, the last 45 seconds. There is not a chance in hell this one happens. Okay, shots in, but Rondo from the backside. The pinch is in full, and we are on map point. And Cold looking to reel in this 2-0. They are looking for 20. And I don't think Atlanta's going to be able to muster up enough courage to make the comeback.
No, I mean, this would be... I mean, calling it an incredible comeback would be an absolute understatement, right? I mean, you've got to find 8 to win here, so you got to get 6 in a row without giving up a single round to a Cold roster that has been dominant. Sav finds 2 off of the refrag. Wayne did open things up, but gets taken down. Corona finds Rondo. It's now a 3 versus 3. Legacy gets pushed by Jim. Sav takes down Tokyo. Corona in a 1 versus 3. Can't even win the first gunfight against Nev and Cold. It was a close hardpoint. The first couple of rounds were incredible between these teams, but Cold closes things out in a convincing 7-2 win. And, dude, don't forget to go back and clip that from Wayne, because that shot was absolutely nasty, but one nasty shot ain't going to win you the game. Might win the hearts of some people in chat, but, man, Cold. Like I said, Jim, he ain't looking to give up on that that stage 4 spot. He wants to push this team to their limit, and he wants to get this opportunity and stretch it out to the fullest, and we saw that here today out of Cold.
Yeah, Jim is probably one of the OGs from way before my time in EU, but as soon as I got introduced to casting EU COD Mobile, his name I just could not stop saying. And it's only fitting that my man's got ice in his veins, clutching 1v3s, and he is literally on a team called Cold. It's just so befitting, right? 14 on board. My guy was crystal clear with the shots. That advanced artillery was unmatched. The 1v3, literally ice in his veins. Just the freak of nature. Rondo with 9, 7 for Sav. He picked slack up towards the end. The aggression absolutely could not be held off. Weighing, you might have got the triple collat, but homie, that is, I mean, when we're talking about triple collats being, not even noteworthy, because we're comparing it to Jim, who just clutched a 1v3 in that same round, you might as well give Jim the triple collat in that instance. Just a beast of a player overshadowed that play. It was that triple collat. I'll go back and clip, but I think the 1v3 was way worth more talking.
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. We got that triple collat out of Wayne, right? It was a 1v4. You got a triple collat. Like, what more could you ask for to make that round look doable? And then, unfortunately, loses the 1v1. I mean, that's a totally different play, right? Like, the triple collat, okay, kind of lucky. Yeah, everybody lined up. I get that. Yeah. You get a triple collat, and then you win the 1v1 to clutch the round. Like, you make the enemy put respect in their voice when they say your name. Like, that is the ultimate factor. But
my man's Jimbo Baggins is a beast. We're going to go back to the Deastiana. Are you not entertained?
Yes, I am. What do you mean? I am. It was a very, very good game. I did enjoy it. I'm kind of sad that we did not have a third game, obviously a control. I would have wanted to see one more control on Summit, but the Hardpoint was amazing, and I can't say anything bad about the S&D. Cold Spurs did an amazing job both games. Obviously in Hardpoint 2 and in S&D was amazing. I'm kind of sad, we did saw that beautiful collat. I actually was spectating Wayne while he did that collat. It was actually amazing, but Jim was just doing everything in this game, and even if in Hardpoint 2, if I'm not mistaken, he was MVP, so he put a hell of a fight in the Hardpoint 2 and in S&D 2, so damn, I'm more excited to see next week how they will pull off the next games, because I've become a fan of Cold Esports now, from now on.
Oh yeah, huge fan of Jimbo, dude. You just came through with 5 tier 2 gifted subs. You're a freak, bro. Go to sleep, man. You're just too cracked at video games.
That was amazing. But we do have our last game coming soon, so we shall take a break. And we'll listen a word from our sponsor.
You can still go, even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Welcome back. Obviously we did had a great break, right? We did have time to get over and check over the next game. Obviously it was a very short break once again, but we did enjoy the short breaks because I'm actually very excited, and I'm pretty sure Verdict and they are very excited for the last game of tonight. That's gonna be Prometheus versus Animus. Okay, I'm actually very excited, as you guys could tell. I think I said it a couple of times on my streams actually before, that I really did enjoy Animus gameplay, and I watched last season Mobile Mayhem every time, and they were doing such a good job as Nova too, so I'm actually very excited to see this game. obviously, any prediction day again? Do you have any predictions for this game?
I certainly got to roll with Animus as far as, you know, I'm a big one on looking at consistency for teams, right? And that's not to say that Prometheus have not been consistent, but Animus have certainly been a much stronger force in the competitive scene. I think that that kind of prowess can't be slept on. And, you know, I would expect Animus to come through with a 2-0 close victory. And if we do get to a game 3, I still am on board with Animus coming through with the victory in that case. So I personally, again, just I gotta stick. Maybe close, but I stick with Animus.
Okay. Verdict, do you have anything to add? At what?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a 2-0. I think Animus, they've got full guns a-blazing. They've got a core 5 that are absolutely disgusting. But I think it's going to be close, like Dave mentioned. I think they recently added balance to this roster. I think there's going to be a little bit of uncertainty of how that's going to add up to the mix and how it's going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of play out here in this first Hardpoint. I guess we're going to get first-hand experiences. Their 5 for the day are going to be Cathelia, Marvel, Grizz, Balance, and Shark. So we don't see Narcs and we don't see Drari. I think those 2 players have pivotal roles on this roster, and to kind of take them out and insert Shark and Balance, it's going to be interesting. We haven't really seen a lot of Shark in last season or this season. As a matter of fact, I think we're getting to see more Shark now than we did last season. Last season, he kind of took a step back. He still won the MVP, which I don't know how that works. EU, you guys are a bunch of trolls, and I think that's why I've kind of stuck around.
Oh, damn. I'm actually very excited to see these new rosters. As I talked at the beginning of the stream, we had a couple of roster changes, so I'm actually very excited to see how the team's gonna get used to it and how they're gonna be the games. But in the meantime, we shall go over the maps, okay? I can go over them. We do have the first game. It's gonna be Hardpoint on Takeoff, followed by an S&D on Firing Range, and then if you're gonna get a third game, it's gonna be Control on Summit. Once again, we have Purifier and Annihilator banned, and Hacienda and Slums banned too as maps. So yeah, we are waiting just for one player to ready up in the lobby, and we are good to go.
No, we're good to go. We'll go ahead and hop back into the cacher booth. Dave, what'd you have to say?
I think we're going to be waiting a couple minutes. Prometheus is having an issue that they are solving, so that is probably why we are not readied up. So I will go ahead and run through. Obviously, you talked about Balance and Shark coming through, playing for the side of Animus here today. They're alongside Grizz, Marvel, and Cathelia. And for the opposition, pretty much the Prometheus lineup that we would expect. We've got Gracie, or Greasy Gracie, depending on if you're around for that. We do have Patron, who has been hit or miss, right? He's had some seasons where, you know, he's really a star of whatever lineup he's on. We've had other times where he is falling behind the pack. So it's going to be a big question today on what version of Patron we see come. We have Mare, we have Zed, and Darox here for the side of Prometheus. Definitely a strong lineup for them as well. And, you know, maybe they can capitalize on a little bit of that mix-up for the side of Animus, right? Again, Shark and Balance, that's 40% of a team that has switched up from last season, or even realistically from the last time we've seen them play. So we will... I'm still leaning on the side of Animus, probably in 2-0 fashion, but I don't want to count out the side of Prometheus quite yet.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And, you know, with a little bit of a stall here, I thought we were going to be able to jump like right into the action. Obviously, we're having a little bit of a setback, and it's quite all right. You know, want to make sure everything is right before we jump into the blender. Don't want to have anybody with any kind of, you know, advantages or, you know, disadvantages. Obviously, we're having a little bit of an issue on the back end, but we're getting that solved in the meantime. I think Animus are still... Oh, that's an OP ringtone day. It kind of threw me for a loop. I kind of... a little bit of shock, you know. I think chat is probably going to think I'm a clown for thinking this one's going to be close. But at the same time, this is an Animus team who, when you look at it from the outside, look phenomenal. But we still haven't seen, like, the hitter. We haven't seen the gameplay from balance being added. So we're going to find out how it handles out now as we're going to go ahead and jump into the action. Does look like takeoff is going to be that map 1 as we mentioned earlier. It's a huge map to get lost on. We're going to see how balance can keep up with the squad, and also we're going to see how Prometheus are able to take the advantages early. We'll see it now. Here's P1's about to open up. We're getting right down to the business. Ringside is certainly going to be a bloodbath. We'll see who gets the advantages off the rip.
All right, well, again, it sounds like pretty much everybody on the caster and host desk is on board with Animus, so we're going to go ahead and start out with probably, I say we get an opportunity to... Marvel. You don't want to jump out with Balance and Shark since we haven't seen them as much lately?
Bro was literally, I mean, some of the flicks were just disgusting. You just missed 4 in the feed that he locked onto someone mid, and then he locked onto the call out up top of Red. Right now, he's on the prowl. He's looking for blood. Top is where Mari's going to be found, and he's already been taken off this head glitch once before. He's going to be taken off again. My guy is beasting right now.
All right, well, Patron, we were talking about if he was going to be a big factor here for the team, and we see him come through with a 3-piece in the feed, including, I believe, 2 one-shot headshots with the SKS, so be on the lookout for that, and might be looking to find a kill here. Does get the assist on the Marvel. Derox taken down by Balance, and nobody looking left. Nobody looking left. Everybody's looking up towards next, not worried about that rotation from behind. Fortunately, Mari does get the turn, and Marvel comes through. The refrag takes down Derox as well. SKS coming through huge for a couple of these players. And Animus, they're starting to extend that lead quite a bit.
Yeah, they are. They are your returning Mobile Mayhem champions as well as a Stage 4 qualifying team. They are literally looking at the top of the top right now. The top-sided staircase. Zed is going to be able to capitalize on a little bit of misfortune. Nonetheless, the recovery is right on point. Shark right in the objective. He's going to be able to round the corner, but there's 2 looking his way. Dead to rights. Cathelia with a slide peek. The advantage is in his court. And that last little bit of scrap time that was certainly worth scrapping for is going to result in Animus continuing to flex and continuing on with their lead. The deficit's largely in favor. We'll see how they recover now as the P3 rotation. A little bit lackluster, but they've got a little bit of intel. There's going to be Marvel hopping in the drone, trying to provide a little bit more than an advantage. We'll see if they can capitalize on a full 5 now as the rotation's through. Sharks last man standing. Dead waters it is. Gracie, the greasy Gracie, finds a way to take him down, and we've got a pretty competitive P3 rotation.
Yeah, we definitely do, and you know, this is a do or die moment for the side of Prometheus, right? You know, they're another Stage 4 qualifying team that we think has a lot of potential. In fact, I think this roster gets slept on quite a bit, so we'll see moving forward what they can do in this matchup. They're up against, as you mentioned, the reigning champions and one of the best that Europe has to offer, so 1-second advantage for the side of Animus right now. They're filling up the feed, but Patron sliding the corners, able to take down Cathelia. How are you not dead to that gravity vortex? Well, takes the 3rd shot out of balance, but finally takes him down, denies the rotation in. And the rest of the team capitalizing big on that P3, and now you can see they're already set up for P4 as well without missing a beat on that trickle from P3. I mean, Animus, brilliant, well-executed rotation here.
Yeah, you can already see the 2-man setup pans out perfectly. They bridge the gap. They connect the dots, and certainly feeling the effects right now as they are looking to extend their lead. They got a 40-point advantage and rising. Not getting any easier here for the boys over at Prometheus. The grab vortex from Marvel absolutely on point. The hill now going to be in a point of contest, but there he goes. The man, the myth, the legend. Marvel of a being, certainly a marvel of a player. Marvel just absolutely dominating, 19 on board. My guy is not only providing a lot of intel, but he is fragging the hell out. Gets the cavalry back into the point. The cluster strike's going to be popped from Animus, and they are literally going to rack up the remainder of that time for free. You can see the contest might be coming through from Patron, but again, it's 1 step in, 1 step out. You're gone.
All right, well, Animus have extended their lead quite a bit. Haven't seen a lot of time come through, or really any time since the P2 rotation out of the side of Prometheus. And now, you know, Takeoff, as big of a map as it is, we've only got 4 hills, right, Verdict? And we're going back into a P1 reset right now, and it's Animus first on the hill once again, and Patron looking for a kill on Gathelia. Can't find the second shot with the SKS. I mean, he's been frying a little bit. He's got 16 kills on board, but it's by no means the most convincing performance that we have seen so far. And Animus, they just continue to rain terror on their opponents.
Rain terror is probably an underestimate. It's an understatement. It is literally them in the feed, is literally them on the point. They are rocking and rolling. I'm sure the comms sound pretty good. We're going to go ahead and do a quick listen. We're going to go ahead and pop in the Animus, see how the comms sound is. I really want to capture Prometheus, but in a moment like this, I just don't think it's doable. So we're going to go ahead and buckle up. Listen in, first time around is going to be with none other than Animus.
I wasn't ready for that.
I'm gonna go stage him.
What's up, yellow?
You want double?
Go through yellow, go through yellow.
Double stuff.
Stage him, stage him.
I got a drone still. I'm going to stage him. Yes, time, guys.
I follow you, let's go.
One stage him, no?
Oh, push him. Oh, fucking vote.
One stage him. Stage him.
Vortex on side.
He's weak. Oh, one pushing.
Use your stuff.
Oh, playing. Shit.
Match your balance.
I need help, I'm low.
Shoot up.
Oh,
Let's push.
Again?
Stand up, balance.
I'm not with you.
Double dead.
I'm dead top, one more top. Nice, good shit.
One. Oh, Darox is so shit, wallah.
Everyone,
They're coming from blue. This one.
I got top.
Spawn.
Shut up, guys. Double stairs.
Well, two coming in. I have another.
I got two. Come, sit.
Working. My soundboard.
Wow.
Someone take my top, Grease, you got top.
Bro.
I got Barkley.
Yo. To me. One bottom blue.
One on side.
One blue. The fun guys, let's go now.
CG. They spawn CG, guys.
Okay, push. One launch. Limit. One shot.
Oh my god, for a team that we usually get in and they are business as normal, that was anything but normal for them. I think that was probably the most fun I've heard out of a listen-in with Animus than I've ever heard at all. Right now, they should be in a fun position, right? They got a 100-point advantage and a little bit of stability, but I couldn't help but chuckle the entire time I was in there.
Gonna be honest with you, dude, you missed the good part.
Oh!
When I hopped in a couple seconds before you. That's when Grizz turned it on, and the whole team started cracking up, and you missed it.
Damn!
Yeah, I mean, everybody started laughing. They were like, dude, I was not ready for that. And you know what? I wasn't either when I jumped in. I was like, what is going on here right now? Because I think you hit it the nail right on the head. Normally we jump in, and Animus is business as usual, right? I mean, they're about as professional as it gets most of the time, and, you know, that was certainly something that I wasn't ready for either. I got a good laugh out of it. I'm glad you got a good laugh out of it. And now Animus are coming up, crossing the 200-point mark. Ooh, Zed, a nice little snipe there with the SMRS. Some good range on that as well. And, you know, a really good spot. That little, I don't even know what to call it. A little bit of cover inside of that doorway is a common spot for players to be prone in or crouched, using as a head glitch. Picks them off, and well, Animus, they continue to fill up the feed right now. They continue to extend their lead, but definitely a good angle out of Zed to capitalize on the fact that launchers are allowed in the Champs rule set.
No, you're absolutely right. I think we've seen more FHJ action than anything. I think NA is probably the bigger fan of the FHJ than EU. Right here we see the SMRS, but you know, as valiant of an effort as Prometheus has put up, it's just not enough. I mean, you picture Animus rolling into a matchup, I'm imagining them all wearing like suits, buttoned all the way to the top, bow tie or tie, whatever their choice, vest, just a full 5-piece, right? well, we jump in the VC, we get a little bit of relaxation and peace, and I kind of enjoyed that thoroughly. Right now, it is only 10 seconds, holding them back from this Game 1 victory. Fountainside certainly looking like they might be able to close it down, but Shark is dropped. Balance not really finding his way in this first matchup, but we'll give him first stage jitters as being a break now. Right here, fight is still very strong for Prometheus. They're looking to buckle up for a comeback, and with only 9 seconds left, I just don't see that being a doable thing.
No, you're absolutely right. I think Animus are coming through with a fairly convincing hardpoint victory here. I want to believe in Prometheus to step things up, and I don't think they're necessarily doing bad here. It's just that Animus are flat out playing better, right? And we thought maybe at the beginning, we've got Balance in, we've got Shark in, maybe there will be a little bit of a missed mark here, but that hasn't been the case. I mean, Animus have capitalized at every opportunity that they've needed to, and they've got themselves a 100-point lead right now. It is Zed on the hill trying to lock it down, but getting pushed by Shark. Comes through, finds one. Patron's able to pick up Marvel, but Shark's right there for the refrag, and nobody is going to be able to touch to the side of Prometheus. That's going to be a strong closeout for the side of Animus.
Yeah. 250, 149. Voice changer, not the gameplay absolutely on point. They never skipped a beat. The transitions were just flawless. Animus come through. Recent pickup of Balance. Certainly gonna have to find his way on this roster. It is a room full of killers you're trying to rub elbows with. Right now, Shark, he is leading the pack. 42 and 35 from a man's with 2 minutes and 4 seconds on the hill. Right below him, Cathilia. He does go negative, but he does pick up a minute and 20 on the objective. 36 and 24 from Marvel. A freak of nature with that SKS. Talking about top talents in EU for niche. I think Marvel's one of those players you gotta mention in there with the likes of, your Blurs, your Spaces.
I know you didn't just compare Marvel to Blur.
Well, I mean, we're talking about nerds of the game, right? We're talking about players who constantly play and try to find, unique and cheeky angles. I think Marvel is that player. I think he is one of those well-rounded players who,
I'll give you that.
has just some of the best game sense, and it just makes sense to kind of throw those names out there. On the flip side of things, you got a Darox who has, I guess resurrected from death and found 45 and 30. Just could not find enough hill time to compensate on the flip side of things. So 149 to 250. Animus didn't think that they would kind of be tested in this matchup, and lo and behold, here goes game 1 takeoff. They took off all right, homie. They did not look back either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and I gotta certainly give some credit for Prometheus for finding some areas to capitalize, but it was quickly an answer back out of the side of Animus, and I think Animus is going to continue to be one of the strongest teams that that Europe has to bring to the table, right? They're the reigning champions. They may not have came through and won stage 3, but I mean, stage 3, if you think about it, is realistically a small piece of pie, right? I mean, we're really looking forward to those stage 4 performances where I really expect this team to shine. And, moving even past that, this is a team I expect to make it to stage 5 as well. So, call it a bold statement, call it whatever you want.
The bold play, Cotton.
I'm on board.
All right, well, I'm on board too. We're on board too. Make it 3. Game 2 right around the corner. We are going to be firing it up with some firing ranges as soon as I can get it up. We're going to see Animus try to strike twice, very quickly, very swiftly. The search and destroy performances have been just unmatchable for the opposing teams. Right now, they're going to be able to start off on the attack. We'll see how the strats and everything pans out. Right now, it's a little bit of aggression. Grizz certainly going to get called out. He's going to be taken out and dealt with. Pest, no longer a problem. Balance now leading the pack. He's going to go ahead and anchor his way through. Gets Patron flat-footed. Easy kill for him. Rounds the corner. Gracie, you're not Gracie enough, homie. That's 2 on board. Balance. Mentioned trying to fit in this roster. Well, he's certainly got a seat at the table with that kind of performance.
Yep, definitely does. And, unfortunately, we can't do listen-ins during Search and Destroy because, we missed the Prometheus listen-in last game. And, largely it was because even though Prometheus was able to get some points on the board, it felt like Animus were in control the whole time. And I hope that's something that you can certainly agree with, because that's what it felt like to me. Obviously, you know, again, that was some of the jokiest we've ever heard the comms of Animus. So, all right, looking for one of those opening wallbang snipes that we've seen Blur hit. And doesn't find the connect and moves right on. Goes ahead and isn't just going to spray 20 bullets into a wall trying to pray for something. And Animus, you know, they've capitalized. A pick on Gracie, a pick on Zed, a pick on to Patron as well. We heard that we might see the buy 15 here today, and, well, we sure enough are. And can confirm it is slugs. It is 100% slugs.
Oh my, Derek's. Now at a 1v1, he might have picked up 40-something from the last game. He's looking for the ace. I can't believe Grizz didn't take him down. Nonetheless, it is going to be the demon dealt with. No clutch there for the boys over at Prometheus. A little bit better of a round, but granted, it was a 1v3 scenario. 1v4, actually. And it turned into a 1v1 on the backs of some great gameplay from Derox. Nonetheless, results still the same. Grizz won't be denied, though. The slug rounds, they are hitting, baby. Zed is in danger. No, he's not. He's got the plays. He's got the CBR. He does not have the AS Valde.
Thank goodness. Isn't that what we're going with?
I don't know, bro. I don't think it made a difference. Okay. Those shots would have definitely been questionable with a Val, but a CBR, that's a little more doable. Pull the meta when you're playing against the meta, right?
Yeah, the AS Val choice was one that you heavily critiqued last week, and obviously we can see we're stringing a little bit more towards the meta this time around. I think that's definitely big for the team, and right now it's a 1v2 opportunity, but Balance is able to come through and to clean things up. It's going to be a 3-0 lead for the side of Animus. Prometheus, they found some pockets of opportunity in the Hardpoint, but it is not looking great for them right now as far as the search and destroy is concerned.
No, it's not. And with the Madman himself running rampant through the map, the gung-ho is slightly concerning. My guy is not stopping. Bro is popping. Derek's gets the pellets absolutely just, I mean, the slug rounds are just so damn disgusting, homie. Gracie, you never stood a chance. Zed, I mean, he's literally zooming across the map, and, I mean, just nobody there to really, you know, kind of contest it. Right now is 6 kills on board, 3 this round alone. Zed, he's up top. You're not safe, homie. Balance up top. Grizz down low. It was a sandwich of just absolute violence and chaos. And will continue to ensue. This is gruesome to spectate.
Yeah, it definitely is. Animus, you know, we look at this as one of the strongest search and destroy teams that Europe has to offer, and, you know, they are coming through and absolutely proving that right now, right? So, I don't know, I was thinking, you know, maybe there's an opportunity in the hard point for them, for Prometheus to capitalize. I certainly was not expecting them to have as strong of a performance in the search and destroy against a team like Animus, and, well, that has absolutely been the case so far. Animus have been dominant. Finally, an opportunity for Prometheus to maybe find themselves around. It's Mare and Derox in a 2 versus 1 against Marvel, and obviously, you know, you had mentioned Marvel. He's, you know, one of the greatest that Europe brings to the table. So even though it's a 2v1 scenario, I'm not gonna count Marvel out at this point.
Well, I mean, we haven't really even got a chance to put the spotlight on him. This is about as big of a spotlight as you're going to get, Marvel. It's a 1v2. Can you clutch it up for the boys? Can you keep the perfection rolling? Can we see the 2-0 happen just as quick as we've seen these 4 rounds go through? Mari right around the corner. Derek's holding firm right here. The rotation, not a safe one. There it goes. First blood. Now it is Derek's. Left in the 1v2 or 1v1. It might as well be a 1v2 with Marvel on the other side. Well, he's going to get caught flat-footed. And Derek's, he picks up the clutch this time around. We're not going to see that 7-0. See a little signs of life for Prometheus. Maybe it's enough to get us a game 3 going. You know what? I felt silly saying that. I felt silly saying that.
Listen,
Call myself on the BS.
Yeah, I want to believe that Prometheus has some potential, but you know they've got some time left. You know they've got some time before stage 4, which is where I really think if they're going to have an opportunity, it's going to shine. And Grizz is sniping right now with by 15.
Oh.
Ends up missing a couple shots after I give him some height, but you know what? That's a-okay. He's using a by 15. I mean, what kind of scrub uses a by 15, right?
I know, right? Hitman. That wasn't just a hit, man. That was Oh, the con timing catches him right in the chest, but the nade is not gonna have any kind of effect. Derek's yet again in a clutch scenario. It is a 1v2 this time. Bomb has yet to go down. Balance as soon as I say that. Make sure the deed's done. Pressure's on. It's 45 seconds on the clock. Will Derek's be able to rise up, yet again perform for this squad? Here it goes. Marvel, what the hell was that, bro? Were you kneeling? I don't know. I just caught it from, you know, the shooting in. I didn't catch it from your end, so I don't know exactly what the case was. Balance now, straddling the bomb head glitch. He's got 7. Needs to make it 8. Preserve this bomb. He's only got 19 seconds. Oh, good angle from Derox. He's looking for the wall bang. Not going to be able to catch it, though. Is it time pinch? 100% infect. Oh, God, the shot's not crispy. Balance wins those, and we are going to flip sides with a 5-1 lead. Animus, they're just kind of stroking right now.
Yeah, definitely looking solid for Animus. They've only got to find 2 more, guys. We are playing that overtime at Search and Destroy, so you got to win by 2, and that is not even remotely a factor right now. Marvel opens up with a wall bang onto Greasy Gracie.
There it is. That's the game. Yeah.
Just not letting up, man. Oh my goodness.
God. So I'm at no respect for your opponent. Push mid. It'll be fun. It'll be fun, they say. That was a pack of wild wolves running wild, streaking in the middle of the map, and literally no answer. No time to respond. Prometheus kind of getting blown out in the waters right here. They may be a stage 4 competing team, but man, they've got a lot of work to do and a lot of not a lot of time. Mari, Derex, and Greasy able to combine for 3, make it 4. Mari completes the 5th, and that's gonna be 6-2. Still a long stretch for a comeback.
Yeah, definitely not going to be something easy for them to do. Is it possible? Yeah, of course it's possible, but do we really think that's a reality of what could happen here is the big question that you've got to ask yourself coming into this matchup. And right now, I want to say I don't fully think I believe in the likes of Prometheus making the comeback. I mean, you know, kudos to them if they're able to come through and prove me wrong. But sure enough, the round is going to close out, and that is going to be Animus with maybe the most convincing series we've had today, honestly.
Yeah. That was a brutal one, man. 2 rounds hopeful for the side of Prometheus, but again, hot damn, that was a pit of fire that you just tossed Prometheus in. And Animus, they're just circling around that campfire, bro, and they are just trying to keep their hands warm. Good night, bro. I've never seen that kind of devastation in one Search and Destroy firing range map. These are 2 stage 4 teams, right? That did not look like it was a stage 4 team competing against Animus. That looked like they were baiting the water, and the sharks were just circling, waiting, just to feast. And my God, that was brutal. I say that, and I will follow it up with I say that again. That was just absolute disgusting. You had Derex who popped off. Sure, he dropped 12, but 12 kills in 9 rounds. Where you got your just cheeks clapped, bro. That was... I might have to make this an 18+ chat now, because that was a murder if I've ever seen one.
That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. I'll give you that. I will give you that one. But man, this was a heck of a day for the EU scene, right? So big shout out to all the teams that came through and played. But man, there were some good games today. All right, I mean, you know, okay. So to be fair, right?
Okay.
The Nova match went to a game.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have, but you know, I think most of our series were pretty solid today. If I do say so myself.
I agree. We'll take it back to the to the main stage. We're gonna get Deanna back involved, and I gotta hear your opinion. What are the thoughts? Was that just absolutely disgusting to watch or not?
Oh, it was amazing to watch. I really did enjoy it.
It
was amazing.
Oh, more! We want more!
Exactly, please. We want more, but it's very good because we're gonna see more from Animus and all of the teams in the upcoming days. Obviously, it was amazing to watch Animus. I was not expecting anything else. As I said, in the same game as Nova played against Exabyte. It's not that I'm disrespecting Prometheus or something like that, but Animus did prove so many times that they are a solid team and they are always on point with the games.
Animus did. I mean, come on now.
Just, don't want to be biased or something, but like, Animus did the best. Like, I did enjoy the Hardpoint, and obviously I did enjoy this, and it was nasty, okay? Nasty, that was nasty. But yeah, it was overall a very good day. Obviously, guys, if you did not manage to see the video or actually the VOD from the beginning, you can go over Verdict's channel on YouTube, obviously, and he will upload probably the YouTube video today. Okay, and if you're lucky enough to have a sub, obviously you can rewatch it here on Trovo. And also a quick reminder, congrats to the two people from the chat who actually won the giveaway. As you guys know, Mobile Mayhem is actually sponsored by Mobile Gaming Corp. So every broadcast we will have a giveaway with 2 pairs of finger sleeves. And also don't forget to actually check the comment from chat for 10% off from your order. I was forgetting the order. I was about to say it in Romanian, but it's alright. Well, I'm sorry.
No, you're quite alright. Standing so far, I think we've pretty much gone over everything before we close out. It's one of the things that I won't fail to forget. It's the Animus leading the pack, 40 on board. Easy 2-0 for them. That Search and Destroy, just gruesome. 35 for Nova. They get caught a little lack in there with the Kembo Deagles. I don't know what the case was. 35 for them. 20 on board for EuroElite. They didn't get a chance to play today. 20 on board for Cold Esports. They earned those. My guy, Jim, was absolutely filling the feed. Light with 15. Hold on. I had a Discord call come through. Atlanta with 15. Limitless and I2K and AxiByte sitting at a smooth 5. Prometheus. 2 times in a row they have failed to put points on the board, but you haven't had a chance to catch all the matchups again, as Deanna just mentioned. Make sure you check out the YouTube. That is where you're going to be able to find the VOD, unless you're a sub, which you can rewatch it on Trovo. So I'll upload that immediately as soon as I can. But yeah, hell of a day.
Yes, indeed. So, do you want to add anything else?
I mean, nothing too crazy. Just, big shout out to the admin team coming through, specifically Miss Merc and not Rollbot. Big shout out to Verdict and Deanna for casting me today and hosting. Big shout out to all the teams for coming through and putting on a great performance. And the viewers all coming by and supporting Verdict on his channel and supporting Mobile Mayhem as a whole are big factors, right? That's what allows us to keep coming back season after season and put on these events for you guys. So thank you.
So guys, thank you so much once again for watching us. Obviously, it was a pleasure. Thank you guys for being here with us, obviously. And thank you, Dave, Verdict, for being so nice, as always, when I'm nervous and I need to host. And thank you, admins, for being here and help us so much. We're gonna see you guys next week, obviously, with great games. I can't wait, actually this week, right? Because today is Tuesday, right? Oh, I messed up. Okay, this week, Thursday, we're gonna see you again.
Yeah, 2 days. That's like a week, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It's like, it's like 1 second, but it's 2 minutes.
Hey, yo! She hit the nail on the head with that one. We're gonna go ahead and get you guys geared up for a raid. We'll catch you on Thursday. The action will be hot and heavy, starting at 8 p.m. Central European time. Until then, we'll see you then.
slow, you can still go. Even when